I'm Rezlar.
I'm Frosty.
As nobody's really engaged quite yet.
Yep. Oh, there we have a bit of. Oh, was that a triple stun for the Mystic?
And welcome back to the Value Pack. And welcome everybody to another episode of the Value Pack. Before we do anything else, my internet is extra shit lately, so if I randomly go robot, apologies. It might happen, can't stop it, thanks Spectrum. Furthermore, I want to thank some of our sponsors on Patreon for helping make this possible. Icarian Justicar, I Has Issues, Lord Carrot, My PP Itches, and Talus X Septum. You five are fucking legends. Thank you so much for helping support us. And thank you as well to everybody else on Patreon who also helps in that way. We don't have a lot of shit to talk about today. It's kind of a slow week, which I think is fine because it's Father's Day anyway, and people got shit to do. So I think it's fine. That being said, we do have a couple things to touch on. First thing I wanted to touch on is we had our first community night in a long time on, what was it, Wednesday, right?
Yep, Wednesday night.
We had it on Wednesday. I think the most people we had in Discord was like 7 or 8. The most people we had in BA was probably closer to like 10 to 12. I think we were doing just a King of the Hill, just kind of fucking around. Yeah, so it was awesome. We got a pretty funny clip out of it. Apparently I DC'd in the middle of a fight and obliterated somebody, and somebody clipped it. So, Frosty, can you link that, by the way? I want to watch it again, just because it was funny as fuck.
I believe it was Galahad, if I have that right. Alright, here we go, dude. This is Rezlar's internet at its finest.
Ready? Okay.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
What's happening?
Oh my god.
Rezlar, unhand him.
Where did they go?
I think I'll be seen again.
Dude, you know Rez? Wait.
Ready? Okay.
You know what's so fucking
love
funny
it.
about that clip is that at the very end you do re-teleport back to where you started, and the dude is dead.
Rezlar, yeah, because on my screen I full comboed him.
Dude, that would be actually such a sick. I hope the new Sand Mage could do that. Like, imagine that Sand Mage could grab you, disappear, do a full combo out of the actual world, and then bring the person back dead. Ah, man, that would be epic as fuck.
Yeah, so thanks to everybody who showed up for that one game.
For those who don't understand, Rezlar's internet is cutting out, and he's saying thank you guys so much for showing up to that. You guys are gamers, and he really loves and appreciates it. And join the Discord to make sure you know when the next community night is. Would you like to add anything, Rezlar?
Disconnect number 15 and death number 5.
I'm wondering if
I added to the board.
I'm wondering if I should just get you on a landline call, Rez, and then just have you. I'll hold the phone next to my mic with you on speakerphone. Oh
yeah, disconnect. I've been playing since probably 10 a.m. So what? That would be 3 hours. So within 3 hours, I have disconnected 15 times and died 5 times on my season character.
His Tavula gear is actually just downgrading now because he doesn't have crystals. Oh yeah, we could do a 2,000-mile cable. We could do a cup and string rest across Texas.
Across the country, dude? Half the country? Alright, so first thing that's actually on our list is a bit of unfortunate news, and we're gonna be the first ones to report it here.
Oh god.
Choice, I'm Choice, everybody's favorite streamer, everybody's favorite Zerker.
It looks like gate number 2 is still
been caught exploiting. We have.
Sorry, I just love that. Wait, or did he disconnect? Is that why I was like, okay, you're there still? No, I don't know, dude. I don't trust it.
No, yeah.
All right, go ahead and explain what we're seeing for people who can't see it.
Okay. So what you're gonna see is one of the most brutal exploits in the game. Should absolutely result in a permanent ban for everyone involved. Basically, what he does is he's watching the stream. He's not participating in the siege. He is just a spectator. And then he decides that it would be pretty funny if he just kind of hopped down and then lowered the gate, because for some reason you're able to interact with the wheel that controls the fucking gate, even if you're not participating in the fight. And for some reason, this is an exploit. In case it wasn't obvious that I was being sarcastic earlier, it's not an exploit. I don't know why somebody titled this choice exploiting.
Yeah, this clip is titled choice exploiting with a question mark. It's a this is what we would call it's frowned upon.
Yeah. Also known as a dick move. Yeah, also known as a dick move, but apparently I was told that the fight was basically over anyway, so it didn't even matter. So, I mean, it's not like it wasn't like BR who was defending the castle was gonna win, and then Choice lowered the gate, so they lost. It didn't really do anything.
It was less impactful than that guy in Versatile that was uprooting all of their shit.
Dude, oh my god, that was so
the merc that merked into Versatile and was literally removing their structures because that's allowed. I don't even think that ever got changed.
No, I think it did.
Did it?
I'm pretty sure it got fixed pretty quick, yeah.
I don't know.
So yeah, to clarify for anybody who isn't aware, this isn't an exploit. It didn't matter. And anybody who is trying to harass Choice over this or say that he was exploiting or cheating or something is fucking retarded. That being said, it definitely should not be in the game. I don't know why it's so hard for Perlibus to understand who should and shouldn't be able to interact with this very important piece of Siege. Like, you remember first it was the war heroes, it was the mercs. Remember, people would merc into the defending guild, and then they would like get on the gate and they wouldn't move until, you know, they put it up or they put it down, whatever they wanted to do, basically just sabotage.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, Choice didn't have 5,000 extra HP, so actually, did he? What happens with that? If you're
That's the real question here.
Yeah, did he
How
have
strong
5,000
was
extra?
Choice during this?
Yeah. That's exploit. He was griefing everyone just to get that 5,000. Do you get 5,000 extra HP just for being on the channel, or do you have to be in a participating guild?
I think you have to be in a guild.
Even if you're not participating? That's actually
I mean, I don't know for sure, but
someone in chat saying if you're not participating, you still get it, but I don't know. I guess.
Really?
Let me look. How much HP does he have in that clip? Or is it covered?
That's so dumb.
Let me see. I'm gonna die. Alright, here we go. So he would have like 10,000 something, right?
Probably. Close to it.
Yeah, it looks like it. He's got 8,500.
Yeah, that's so stupid.
I think. Is it? I can't read it. 8,530? Is that how much he'd have? That would mean he only has 3. Oh, no, because he's Snakeboat with HP, so he probably has his HP, right? Since it's lowered a bit.
Maybe.
Yeah, so that. Yeah, it looks like you do get the benefit of the HP.
That is so stupid. Holy shit.
That's how it should be, dude. He needs that HP. How's he going to bring down the gate if he doesn't have it?
Right, dude? Yeah, so anyway, that was, as far as I can tell, that was this week's drama, for whatever reason. It's kind of dumb. But yeah, somebody talked about that this morning when I was streaming, so I thought I would bring it up to you guys.
Oh. Was that this week's drama?
Was it? Was there more drama?
Well, I forgot to put this in the little rundown, but we also had the RMT ban, or temp bans.
Oh, yeah. That's right. They did have the bans.
Is that really drama, though? I feel like that's just...
Yeah, dude, because no one's seen Choice since the gate. No, I don't know. No, it's not drama. I guess not. It's funny though.
Connection number 16.
I like that he disconnects in the middle of that yell. Dude, your
Death
internet
number
is actually
6,
crazy.
baby. Let's go, Spectrum.
Why are you grinding in a place where you can die that quickly?
That's the real question.
I have 132 DP, my guy.
Oh my god. Alright, we'll get to the suspensions in a bit. Are you guys all playing seasons? Nayashi, do you have a seasonal character?
Not yet. I will be soon.
Okay. What's the holdup, dude?
Just haven't jumped on it yet.
You getting your league rank up? Or...
Yeah, man, I got to get out of bronze. It's gonna be a fucking long haul.
Yeah, it is, dude. I mean, you got to think the movement combo in League is actually more complex, so it's probably a steep learning curve.
Rough, dude.
Oh, shit. Does Nayashi hate free silver? All right, Rez, you've been playing seasons?
Do I hate free silver?
How do you like it so far? What are your thoughts on
I
seasons?
don't like season channels.
Yeah. I mean, just because they're crowded, I imagine? Or do you have another reason?
They're crowded and I can't really do anything about it. And it's really dumb.
Yeah. Do you love or hate that we lost Camo 1 through 4?
You know what? Some sacrifices have to be made, I guess. I would have rather have seen, like, Olvia go.
But we still need to keep 5 empty Olvia channels live during the season event.
Right, dude?
Yeah, I don't
know. That kind of made sense to me. Like, they're basically the same thing, so why not just change the Olvia?
Keep 2 Olvia. I think they should have just removed Cam of 4, and then keep 2 Olvia channels, and then remove the other 4. So you still have 5 seasonal channels. But instead they only removed 1 Olvia channel and all of the Gamma channels. I don't know.
Yeah.
Dude.
Also, I brought this up on stream the other day. It's something that's always kind of irked me a little bit. Why do we have Velia channels, Balanos channels, and Olvia channels?
Why not?
Like, only one of those is a region. The other 2 are just cities. We now have fucking, the 3 regions it's going to be here soon that don't have channels named after them? What's up with that, huh? The fuck?
I'm going to put that in the bin of who gives a fuck. Dude, why is that always irked you?
I don't know.
Well, also, weren't those channels out before these regions? So they would have had to have changed them before. The only new channels are Kama.
No, Olvio didn't exist before, did it?
Oh, I guess Olvia is new. But Olvia is named to, be like the baby channel.
Right, but you no longer even start in Olvia, so it doesn't make sense.
I mean, but would it matter? I don't know. I guess it's like you can't headbutt cancel anymore, Rez. That should be your main concern. Okay.
I'm not a Zerker anymore, dude. Shit don't bother me none.
Dude. Alright. Well, now that we got the important shit out of the way. Alright. So, I think season server... Alright, so first of all, I fucking can't stand questing. But, you get so many rewards in this. I was talking to someone that had told me they just started the game, a few weeks ago. And that what they did is they only had a couple pieces of tri-boss gear and everything else was Grinnell or Heave or whatever, right? And they were using Oasis gear. So they said they sold everything they had on the live server and just are sitting on 4 billion silver now and just switched full time to seasonal and already in a day and a half past their gear score.
Jesus.
That's funny. And actually probably smart. Dude, you gear up so quickly in Olvia. It's crazy. And it feels because you get so many of the mats for doing the quests and the rewards and grinding on the seasonal channel, it's it feels like a mobile game where you get like that instant gratification of just like enhancing and enhancing and enhancing. I don't know.
I mean, it's nice for sure. It definitely gives, because that's what a lot of people really want from BDO, is that aspect of enhancing and succeeding rather than just like always getting gaped.
Always getting gaped. Yeah.
I mean, no one loves that.
No one likes being gaped, dude.
Hey, Frosty.
What's up, dude?
How do you use hard aiming?
After Shadow Slash, when you use Fatal Blow, it automatically uses it. That's like the main way most people use it in a combo. At least on Kuno.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's a busted skill, dude. Big fat AoE protected.
Should really.
No one can stop it. Moves you. Oh wait. No, it doesn't do all that.
Right, that's just a tin cutter and slash.
You're a Kuno on seasonal, right? So
yeah.
Now do you recognize like how absolutely busted the class is?
Absolutely, this shit's broken. Oh, is this number 17? Number 17! It was a short one. I didn't die.
Dude, why do I feel like your parents are in the other room literally disconnecting it and listening to you scream? And then they replug it back. They replug it back in.
That's probably true. Probably true.
Oh shit, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. The Kuno grind is kind of annoying. I feel like I'm always running out of mana, so I don't know. Maybe I'm just not doing things right. Probably aren't.
Are you playing
but
Succession?
I also I also know you've complained about the mana, so
yeah,
might just be a thing.
Spot Spirit Perfumes, dude, while you're leveling up at Nagas.
XD?
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't give it any WP recovery. It's weird as shit. You can barely hear Rezlar and Nayashe. I don't know why, they're pretty loud. Are you guys having a hard time hearing them?
Oh, also I am yeah, dude. I'm guildless again. Piece of news for you. I'm gonna join a guild with a friend of mine.
So wait, Sinfu no wait, who's gonna run Sinfu? Who'd you pass GM
to? Me.
They're pretty low. Fuck. Alright, I'll just turn this up. There you go.
Frosty is loud. Yeah, Frosty, stop making your voice so loud, dude. It's not always about you.
Sorry. You know, I actually, unlike Rezlar and Nayashe, I know how to talk into my microphone.
Yikes, dude.
Yikes.
Mostly because it's suspended in front of my face.
Do you actually have like a whole stand set up and shit?
No, I'm using a headset, dude.
Oh, I thought you had an actual mic.
No, I got a SteelSeries Arctis Pro. They're my sponsor, by the way, so make sure you check them out.
I really doubt that.
They don't know they're my sponsor, but they are.
All right.
So go to your local Best Buy or Future Shop if you're in Canada.
What? I'm curious what this meant. You put in the notes vets and noobs?
Yeah, is seasonal good for veteran players in your opinion? Is there a benefit to in your opinion, is there a benefit to seasonal characters on a player that has been playing a long time?
Yeah.
I'd say it's good for both in some regards. Like, obviously, really, really good aspects for newer players, but like that,
dude,
like you mentioned, that instant gratification feel, like veteran players really don't get that feel too often anymore with the price of things.
Dude, have you seen the sheer amount of fail stacks that you get, dude?
Dude, that's the thing.
It's actually insane.
Yeah, you get so many. And then once you succeed and upgrade, that finishes a quest that gives you another fail stack to replace the one you just used. It's actually crazy. Dude, that's the biggest thing. Is like, just the amount of fail stacks you get alone is worth, like, the time. Like, if you remember how long it took to run Valencia on questline, you get the 80 stack, you get a shitload of 40s and 20s and a 60. It's actually kind of nutty.
True. It's really good for enhancing on your main account.
Plus, you get a free pet. You get some loot scrolls. You get a loot scroll every day once you hit 61, or like finish the whole thing. Finish the whole whatever that right side board thing is. You get a loot scroll every single day, dude. For the whole seasons. I don't know what you have to do to get it. I didn't look.
Is it only usable on the season character or season servers?
No,
or?
normal loot scroll. You just put it on anything.
Interesting.
Oh yeah, 10 free stones. That's what it is. You got to give 10 of the time free stones for a loot scroll every day, which takes like 30 seconds to get. Wait, why am I getting griefed on a normal channel, Torrent?
Dude, flag on this guy.
Okay, I don't know how, but here we go. I'm gonna e-buff too, just in case, you know. Oh wait, my e-buff is already
You
done.
got 100%. Just use Petal Bloom on him 100%.
I don't do any damage.
Oh my god, you do dick for damage. You're gonna
You killed me immediately.
Wow.
Is that so? That's what it's like to fight mystics, huh?
Yeah, more or less, yeah.
Wait, oh shit. Wait, what? Where did it put me?
You were in the desert?
Oh, it put me in the Scarlet Sand Chamber. Why did that happen? How do I get out of here?
You're at the Kudum chamber because you're
okay.
yeah. Okay, I was like, wait a minute, why did you go to the fucking jail?
I thought it put me in Ancient Stone Chamber. Oh yeah, it would have put me to jail if I killed that guy. Why were you gonna make me do that, Nash? It's fucked up.
Because I thought that'd be hilarious.
I forgot that's a
as
thing.
You concentrate on getting out of jail through the podcast.
Okay, so I got something, by the way. I saw this on Reddit. It was the things that you have to do for all of the dailies, like the daily season quest rewards things, to get the pin capocha or whatever.
Yeah.
So apparently the first 16 is just talking to the fucking guy. So it's literally just accepting and then spamming R, talking to him, and auto completing it.
Yeah.
Then it goes like this. So 17, purchase a worker. 18, give a beer to a worker. 19, milk a cow. 20, solve 3 riddles. 21, meet Aliston and Velia and show Fugar an energy potion. It has to be a medium, apparently. Then you got learn about the people of Sandgrain Bazaar, filter water, use the traveler map, solve 3 more riddles, grind the spirit stone, learn about the people of Florin, learn about Imperial Delivery, use the scroll written in ancient language, defeat Mogulus, complete a daily, talk to the chief of Ilia Island, show Fugar a red seal, craft wheat flour, and hand over wheat flour times 10 to Fugar. Talk with the chief of Arahaza, complete a certain quest, and obtain a tent and anvil. So no pay to winning there, I suppose. Learn about a skill add-on, fill up and give a Marnie Stone 1 to Toshi. It has to be Polly's Forest, apparently. Complete the Book of Margahan, Volume 1, and achieve 200 AP and 250 DP. Apparently, those are the 40 quests that you have to complete. So, if anybody wants to get a head start on those, most of them seem extremely easy, honestly. Especially if you've been playing the game for a long time. You probably have a lot of them done already. Like a lot of the knowledge-based stuff, you probably, if you don't have it completely done, you probably have a majority of it done just from playing the game. So, yeah, seems pretty easy overall, honestly.
Yeah.
Look at you getting griefed by those fucking cliffs.
Dude, yeah, it's just toxic. I actually don't even know. Is this the right way back to Sandgrain? Or, no, how do I get to not? What's like the easiest way from here? Just through
you just have to go around through Sandgrain.
Oh, do
no,
I?
You don't.
You can't. I don't think
you can
really
take a shortcut
there effectively.
Well,
you can
there
take
might
a
be a
shortcut,
pathway, but I don't remember.
What is the shortcut is the question.
Mountain climbing. There's a certain way that you can climb up.
Oh, okay. In a future
yeah,
patch,
most of the ledges are too steep a slope, but there is a path. It's just cancer.
Yeah.
Let's go straight to Sandgrain.
Dude.
I would probably just go around, honestly.
Hey, it's not my fault you were weak as shit.
Yeah, maybe if Maewa got some buffs, you would have been able to win that fight.
Yeah, man. Ask his AP DP. I bet she was like 100 gear score less than you.
So when are you planning on starting season, Nashi? Are you just not gonna give a shit about it until they introduce the Arsha server?
I'll go do it.
They want
try it
to?
out just to dork around with it.
I
It'll also be a good
yeah.
opportunity for me to dork around with all the Awakening PvE changes and everything too, since I haven't really done Awakening in a while. So I'll probably do that. That way I don't have to fucking switch my main account around.
I think the you probably want to gear up before the Arsha thing comes out, so that way you can actually like fight people, because everyone's gonna have pretty high gear already. So if you're starting
What's
when that comes out,
what's the date for the Arsha?
I think they said 30 days after seasonal launch, or maybe at the end of the
Oh
month. I
shit,
can't
well, that
remember
shouldn't be a
which they
problem
said.
to get all the gear.
Wait, now I'm going backwards.
You're just turn around. Jeez. Have you never been in the desert?
This
What's
game's
going
so
on?
hard, dude. I never really go to Ancient Sand Chamber. I only killed Kudum 3 times in my life for or twice, whatever it was for Bartali, and that was it. And I'm not on my main for the quest because I want to level up my Meiwa. I need
See,
EXP.
This is what happens when you're underwater too long.
Yeah, I can't breathe out here in the desert. I'm an ice character too, dude. I feel like I'm melting.
Basically are.
Dude, I want to change my character's name from unlimited stamina to extremely limited WP. Dude, why do I run out of WP so much? And I can't even I don't even get enough back that I can use another pot in time. It's still on cooldown when I run out. Shit tilts me.
You are using the Shift E or whatever it is, right?
Yeah, but it's 12-second cooldown. I don't know. It's fucking weird, dude. Okay. So the Arsha thing sounds kind of fun, to be honest. Since everyone's going to be relatively equalized, by then you have enough time to get to Tet and Pen.
I'm glad that they're doing that.
Yeah, I kind of wish it was already out though, because then maybe the other servers would be less crowded. This shit has been insane, dude. I'm not even on a seasonal channel right now. And I feel like I'm getting griefed by a Mystic, you know?
Yeah, it's like, if you need to kill any certain amount of mobs, you may as well, just fucking swap, because it's going to be so hard to complete that with all the people around. But if you want the black stones that you need to enhance your gear or get more Tavula ore, which you need to exchange for accessories, then you'd have to grind on the season servers because they only drop on the season servers for some reason. Which is quite possibly the dumbest decision so far, honestly.
You think so? I think it's to keep them there. I don't know. Also, I don't know, I guess, is there any mechanic in this game where it's like only a specific character can drop an item? I don't think there is as of right now.
I don't think so.
Channel is probably the easiest way to do that, maybe. I don't know. Also, if you could drop it on every item, every fucking server would be fucked, dude. I don't know.
On every channel, you mean?
Yeah, every channel.
I mean, God forbid somebody else is grinding in this absolute desolate wasteland that is Gaha's Bandits on this random channel that I'm in.
Yeah. Dude, it's supposed to feel alive, man. What the fuck? Everything is a complaint with you, man.
Yeah.
You know, for someone who wants to play the game with other people, you sure don't want to see other people. You know? Dude, why is Blooming so busted and Red Moon? You know what I mean? Shit's crazy.
Alright, so let's get to the only actual piece of news, probably. Well, I guess there's two pieces, but...
We got a couple things, dude. Are we talking the RMT stuff? Let me pull up the posts from the forum.
Yeah, we can talk about that. So the people got some small bans and got some silver taken out of their accounts for piloting. and whatnot.
Ban is the wrong word. It is suspended.
Whatever. Temp ban, suspension, whatever you want to call it. I think it's good. A good step in the right direction. Hopefully we see more, because I think they said they only took out, like, how much silver did they say they took out of the game?
1.1 trillion, so an average of 26 bill per person that got
Yeah,
suspended.
that's pretty laughable. Considering how long people have been piloting, basically since the game started, that is a laughable amount of silver in comparison to the actual amount that people have gotten from piloting. That being said, again, it's a step in the right direction, and hopefully we see more of it, honestly.
Yeah. Here's a couple of things with it. So there was 38 people banned for normal, like, bots and hacks. 46 suspended for RMT. They don't say exactly what, so it's not 100% that all these people were even pilots. But apparently, like, I can't remember who it was or what it was, but someone was saying that it was for piloting for them. But someone asked in the forum I don't know the guys. Let me see if I have the guy's name so I can at least give him credit for asking the question. Someone named Akino. No, was it Kino? No. I don't know the guy's name since it was cut out of the screenshot. But someone asked, just for clarification for everyone here, you're saying regardless of the RMT committed and how often it was committed before these bans, it will be a temp unless they do it after the temp, correct? And then GMDo replies, to clarify, when working on this ban wave, we took into account our lack of previous actions on this type of terms of use violation and decided to proceed with temporary suspensions instead of permanent ones. This will be true for incidents prior to today. That said, future violations may be treated differently, so those that feel tempted to engage with these kinds of services can very much consider this a warning. So yeah, it's only suspensions. Sad, not more, but I think part of that is, like, it has to do with how difficult it is to prove. I really don't. I know some people say no, it's super easy, but I don't think it's that easy to prove that someone had someone grinding on their account, especially, like, maybe if it's 24 hours a day, all day, every day. But I don't think, like, a lot of people that do it aren't using it all day, every day. It's just, like, occasionally, you know.
Right.
So yeah, I don't know. It's kind of hard, but it is a start. But not that crazy. But at least now you know.
Yeah.
Now it'll make you second guess if you should do it or not. You know.
I think a big part of it is there was a lot of complaints with the whole mapping thing about the lack of communication on Cacao/Perlibis's part. I mean, we had, both Tim and Moreland on the podcast, and they both said in regards to mapping that they were trying to ask GMs, like, hey, what's up with this? Is this cool? Is this not cool? What's going on? And they said that they basically didn't really get any answers. Of course, if you listen to, like, Joe, then he says he was told that it was completely fine. So depending on who you talk to, you get different answers. But either way, there was not, like, a clear message from the start, right? So I think maybe the reason that they went a little easy is they probably didn't want to just come down hard and then have people say the same thing over again. Well, people have been doing this for years, and you have said nothing about it, and then all of a sudden you're just dropping hammers.
I don't think that's an excuse at all that they should be able to use. Like, it's in the terms of service. It doesn't matter when they decide to apply it, you know?
Oh, I agree 100%. I'm just saying what may have happened, because there are a lot of people who were kind of annoyed that, I mean, there are a lot of, like, partners who were annoyed, like Moreland, like Tim. These guys are partners, they're like the face of the community or whatever, and they're annoyed because they couldn't get an answer according to what they were.
My guess would be, because you're right on, like, a technical level, you're 100% right, Nash. And I always said, like, if they just came out and banned everyone, I would be totally cool with that. I don't give a fuck. Like, if you're cheating, you're cheating. So peace. I don't really care. But
well, I mean, it's like it's from the lack of action. That's no excuse to say that it was okay.
That it was okay. I agree. I just think that their thinking was probably, if I had to guess, there's just a uneducated guess, that it's probably like, well, if we suspend them, at least we're
Kuno
doing
guess.
something. There's a Kuno guess, like Tenant Cutter. We just assume it's going to go, there's going to be less blowback if they just do a suspension versus like if they suddenly just start banning people, and then there's going to be this whole conversation of like, well, but this guy hasn't been banned, he's been doing it for years, how come you're banning me? Like, that whole bullshit. Yeah. Whereas this is like, the blowback is, I don't think that's good enough punishment, and that's it. It's like kind of ends right there. So that's my guess anyway of why they probably did it this way.
I really think that's what it like. I think that they were just trying to get something done while minimizing people's ability to like complain, essentially.
Yeah. Fuck, dude. I hope they do more though. I hope in like a week or two, it's like, oh, we got another 100.
Yeah.
It would be nice.
Because I mean, again, like 1 point whatever trillion, like it's a lot of money. But when you consider that people have literally been doing like bots / piloting since literally the beginning of this game, like actually like in the first few weeks of playing Black Desert Online, maybe not the first few weeks, but the first few months of me playing Black Desert Online after launch, I literally watched a bot get banned right in front of me.
Well, this is separate.
GM in the world.
The bots are separate. The bots are getting banned.
Right, but I mean, what are pilots? I mean, really, they're just like bots, except for they're fucking actual people instead of a computer. But they serve the same purpose, right? It's to make you money while you're not playing the game.
Right.
It's the exact same purpose.
Yeah, one's just way easier to prove, is the only thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been around a long time. Something needs to be done about it. I mean, what percent of the amount of total pilots do you think is 46? Like small, right?
Well, like the
like 46
like the people who got banned.
The 46 suspended is probably what, less than 1% or 1% of the total amount of people doing it. Probably less, I would guess.
If it was 1%, that would mean 460, right?
Yeah, total piloters.
There's got to be more than that.
I'm sure
there's probably close. At least there's probably close to 1,000 people who pilot in this game. At least, like bare minimum. That's like low.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Wait, Invendentia is having a hard time with the numbers. He said 1% would be 4,600, but 46 times 100.
Oh no, he's right.
Is it? No. What?
Yeah, he's right. If it was 1%, if 46 was 1%, that would make 100% 4,600. Yeah, he's right.
Oh yeah, I guess it would be 4.6, huh? Dirt. Well, shit, dude. Fucking, I've only been a Maywa for a day, and goddamn, it's really hitting me hard. It's hitting me so hard.
So yeah, 1% might be accurate, because if I had to place a guess, if I had to place an honest guess, I would probably guess somewhere between 2,000 to 5,000. 1,000 would be a bare minimum. There's no way it's less than 1,000. I would probably guess somewhere between 2 and 5. I think once you start getting above 5, I feel like that might be getting a little high.
Maywa math. Yeah, dude, I don't know why it did bring a little bit of joy to my heart when it happened, because it was just like the first time something was done. When I first read it, I was like, oh shit. Is this for real? Also, I hate that they don't say piloting. Like, make it fucking clear, dude. Because it's totally possible that 26 of those people were banned for fucking paying someone to buy a Bassie belt at Penn. But the thing is like, that, I don't know, maybe that might even be harder to prove, because you basically have to have one of the two people in the party as a rat. Otherwise, like, how would you even prove that? Well, back to questing for my Maywa, dude. I finished this stupid fucking weekly. When do these reset?
I saw somebody say that it's a timer that just starts when you complete it, but I don't think that's true.
All right,
Like,
here.
I don't know of any other quest that functions like that in this game.
Yeah.
I would be shocked if these did.
The only thing I can think of that actually does function that way is the Dark Rifts. That's it. And even then, it's kind of RNG. Dude, do you think 3-day suspension? All right, so obviously the silver's not enough, right? I mean, I don't know. I guess unless those specific players, like maybe they got somehow proved someone that used only a couple times, so the average is like kind of weird. And then like 5 or 6 of those people that actually did remove like 200 bill or 100 bill or whatever. I don't know, but yeah, it seems like such a low amount. Like, why? I'm kind of curious why they don't do like an additional thing, because it's like, dude, just removing what they earned from it is, I don't know why that counts as a punishment. That seems so weird to me.
Yeah, it's a bank loan, dude.
Oh my god. Wait, this is reward. Wait, what do I get? Do I get the ore? What's the best reward for this? The ore or the refined stones? Also, why don't I just get all 3 of these? The time filled is the most cost effective? But if it's 10, oh no, because you'd only be able to get like, how many time filled stone do you need to get an ore? 10.
It's
So you'd only be
10
60.
time filled for 1 ore.
Yeah, I feel like the ore is the best because I need
Probably.
accessories. I'm just gonna take the ore, dude. Or maybe the refined. I don't fucking fuck. How do you make the refined stones? Can you make them? Oh, you
I
need
don't think
30.
you make them.
No, you can. You can with 30 of
You
the
do?
time filled stones. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Dude, also, I want to say real quick on the seasonal shit, because it's so confusing, but I think I finally got a grasp of what happens. Okay, so I'm pretty sure at the end of the season, you're going to get your Penkaposha, you're going to get 1 of your accessories is going to become a try, and 1 of either your armor or weapons, not both. Like whatever your highest thing is. And then all the actual Tavula gear becomes family bound but can no longer be enhanced and all that shit. So you just keep on that. But the other stuff becomes like an actual piece of gear, not Tavula. Although I don't know if the tri accessory is not enhanceable. And that's it. And then it removes any duplicates, so it only keeps your highest enhanced piece of Tavula gear on your account. So Tavula gear at Pen is basically TED equivalent, and the accessories at Pen are a tri accessory equivalent. Yeah, 1 piece of your choosing turns into boss gear. So it's kind of like I'm not the only one I'm not sure on is the tri accessory. I don't know if you for sure get a tri accessory. Maybe not, but I was told you do, but maybe you don't. I'm trying to like reread the Q&A to make it make sense, but it's so fucking convoluted that I don't know. But you do get to keep a lot of the gear. So like if you're a new player at the end of the season, you still get to just wear your Tavula gear while running around. So kind of saves you from having to buy boss gear until you're ready to go for pen. You can basically just use your Tavula pen gear. Which I think is kind of cool for new player. That's all. Just want to point that out. Oh yeah, the rings are like narc rings. Yeah, because they're are they? At duo, they're not. They don't have any DP. Yeah, upgrade all your gear before season ends. All right, what else we got? So that was the bans / suspensions, seasons. Oh, global lab changes. Nayashi, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
They changed the skill tree window a little bit, and I'm kind of curious.
It looks better and it feels better, yes.
It looks better and feels better, and they changed the swap mechanic. So you
now that it's still bugged a little bit with the add-ons, but other than that, it seems okay.
Well, they changed the rules for swapping. So last week when it came out, you had to go to a skill instructor. Now, if you have an old moon book, you can do it in any safe zone, and it has a 1-hour cooldown.
See, that I didn't know, so that's good.
And you can still do it from a skill instructor on just a 10-minute cooldown. but you can do it from any safe zone. Now, my question is, can I hop into BA and do it in the Battle Arena safe zone? I imagine you can, right? I don't see why you wouldn't be able to. I mean, I guess on Global Labs you could test it. Someone could test it, but you should be able to. Yeah. So there's that. I think that's fucking awesome. All right, real quick. The rest of the global app changes. So they changed some of the skill UI stuff, and it supposedly looks better. It's still full screen, which I think is kind of weird, but whatever. I do like the right side panel. I don't love the demo screen on the left, but it's fine. It's fine. Whatever. They made it a little bit nicer. So they did something with Zerker, Rez. No idea what it is. Something to do with picking up the rock. It has been improved to connect smoothly with other techniques.
That's probably referring to comboing after Rock Smash, likely. Rock Smash is the grab where we pick you up over our head and then kind of like slam you down. And the issue with that skill, it's a good grapple, except for the fact that it can only reasonably combo into like 2 things, basically. So they're probably trying to make it combo into more things so that you have...
Oh, Rezai's dead. So, Nayashi.
Yeah.
Flow Moonlight Dash now has a knockdown and connects more smoothly or quickly after Petal Bloom or Flow Cloud Stab. Is it a good change, a bad change? What does this mean for combos on Meiwa, Awaken Meiwa?
The more smoothly part I don't really notice, but the overall change from Moonlight Dash getting a KD, I was actually hoping they'd do that a while ago. So that's good. It's definitely good.
KD's such a good knockdown too, or such a good CC for a combo.
Yeah, I do want them to actually, maybe.
Does Petal Bloom have a linger like after the hit? Can you sit for a second?
Petal Bloom have a linger after the hit? What do you mean?
Yeah, like you know how it has an animation. So after you charge up Petal Bloom,
oh, you mean the super armor? Yes. Yes.
Okay,
yes.
so you could realistically fish for a CC with Moonlight Dash if you feel they're unprotected and you can do it.
Yes, correct.
With the linger, that's kind of cool. Yeah, because you can do it like pretty long after the skill ends. Press LB, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's nice. The Moonlight Dash is you're able to use it outside of on hotbar by itself without needing Petal Bloom.
See,
Which you originally did need Petal Bloom.
That is cool. Fuck, what hockey do you put that on? I'm out of hockey.
I just put on 1 or something like that.
Oh yeah, you're one of those guys, dude. Okay. Dude, you have to hockey kind of a lot of shit on Meiwa. Or not. Do you hockey Red Moon or Blooming?
No. If you hockey well, actually Red Moon, yes. Blooming I do not.
Blooming,
there's some benefits to using Red Moon as a hotkey versus trying to use the
is there a way to
actual
use
keybinds?
Blooming from Awakening without the hotkey? Without it being hotbar?
Yeah, back chase, shift LMB, and right click. I don't know why I said LMB and then right click.
Oh, I see. Okay, got it. It's busted.
Yeah.
See, Meiwa lessons, dude. I'm learning every day. I'm trying to think. Let's see. Oh, this is funny. Rez, you here? You back?
Yeah. What's up?
You're gonna love this note, dude. Okay, so Guardian's damage ratio got reduced in this global lab change. The week prior, it was increased. And I want you to hear the note that they gave. So they basically put it almost all the way back down to where it was before the global lab change. So it's like, on our server, it's 0%. And then global lab first increased it by 9%, and now it got reduced by 7.6%. So it's like within 1% of where it was based on our live server. So here's the note that they gave. I think this is really funny. Since the release rate of each character's damage last week, we received questions and suggestions from many adventurers about the Guardian. This was reviewed internally to confirm that it was applied incorrectly, and the damage ratio was readjusted through today's update. In addition, the portion of the main weapon skill that has 100% black elemental damage is relatively high compared to other characters. So the thing that is hilarious to me, they nerfed the Black Spirit alt in Pre-Awaken, but the thing that's hilarious to me is like they basically said that the damage ratio that they added to the Guardian was an accident, and thanks for telling us. We put it back.
Now, is that a lie?
It might not be a lie, but it's very concerning to say the least. Oh my god, that's so concerning. It was bad, dude. I don't know. It's fucking weird. Oh yeah, they nerfed the absolute 100% and the succession one. Thank God, dude. I actually have. I'm gonna have to find it, but I have a clip. Here, I'm gonna send this to you. I don't know how to timestamp Twitch, but I'm gonna find this clip real quick. I'm pretty sure if I just open it. I was in Node War the other day, and I just want to give an example of how insane this alt is on Succession Guardian. All right.
Just show that fucking Alex clip.
Oh yeah, the Alex clip is a good one, but I have one like this one is good because we know my gear. We all know what my gear is, right? And like if I'm blocking, I feel like I'm relatively tanky when I'm blocking. How good am I? Here we go. Oh, why is this happening to me, dude? Why is it so hard to find the video section like during the stream?
The boomer's struggling. Someone help
Dude,
him.
this is hard.
The boomer is struggling.
Oh, the boomer can't handle this, dude. All right.
How many days ago was it?
It was, well, the thing is I'm already at the timestamp because I just watched it yesterday. So that's why like I need to find it myself. I don't know how to get to the video, like previous videos, like during my stream, because it's not showing my videos. This is soup's boomer of me.
So I just clicked on your name, and then there's a tab that says videos, and I'm now looking at your videos.
Yeah, when I click on my name though, it takes me to the settings tab because it's my account.
So, which one was it? 4 days ago? 5 days ago? 3 days ago?
Oh, here I found a path. Here we go. I got it. It's what day did we war? Thursday? How long ago was Thursday?
That would have been 3 days ago, technically, at Node War time.
Yeah, let me see if this is the one.
4 days ago,
found
we
it.
started the
All right, here we go. All right, so I'll have to describe this for the radio audience, but
For the radio audience.
So if Rez and Nyash, if you could both just tune into my stream real quick while we meta watch this clip of my stream on my stream. So this is me and Bear in Node War, and for reference, I am a Kunoichi. I run evasion. I'm 361 DP, and when this Guardian ults us, I'm holding my block, and so is Bear, who's right next to me. And I know everyone's going to say, well, the Dream of Doom also, but the Dream of Doom didn't get there in time, and I'll show you why. So it's coming up. We hop into this little cave. The dude's right in front of us. He's S-blocking. Boom. That was me holding S-block. That was through my block. He broke my block and killed me with instantly, and Bear next to him. So I showed this to a friend. They're like, well, the Dream of Doom also hits you right here because the Sork in the back also throws a Dream of Doom. But if you look at my wound after I'm dead, my wound damage is more than 50% of my total health. Like way more. Dude, that shit is fucking insane. That's a thing.
Look, man, all I'm seeing is 2 iframe classes holding block and then wondering why they're dying.
Okay. So, dude, that shit is fucking nuts. I was like, wait, what? Holy shit!
Yeah.
I died so fast. I didn't even know how to react, dude. I was devastated.
I mean,
like,
yeah, that ult's insane. I now just have, like, every time I see a Guardian in RBF just, like, sprinting towards my team, I just, like, have a bit of, like, a meltdown. Like, I get, like, PTSD. Like, I can hear the choppers in the distance and shit. I'm like, alright, here it comes. And then just, well, bam, just, like, 10 people die. I'm like, yep, there it is.
Yeah, that shit's fucking crazy, dude. But they're nerfing it. 40% damage reduction on the Succession version, and then 30% on the Absolute version. Which I think is good, probably, for the game, you know?
Probably. Now do Wizard.
Probably. More or less.
You think Wizard ult's bad? Or busted?
I think Wizard Voltaic is bad.
Wizard Voltaic. Isn't that so weird to say?
Wizard's Voltaic does, like, almost as much damage as Guardian ult, but it's on a 6-second cooldown.
I mean,
By the way,
Wizard Voltaic is not... Wait, no, it's... Stop. Stop. I mean, it's really strong, but it's not like Guardian ult damage, dude. Come on. By the way, what you cut out? Or did you cut out?
I was just gonna say that we're up to 27 disconnections and 8 deaths.
Jesus Christ.
At this point.
Dude. Are you gaining any experience points?
Oh yeah, I got like years of free tiers in my inventory right now, and I'm just churning through them basically.
Yeah. Well,
that's a feels bad.
Yeah, I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry to hear that, man. Luckily you keep buying $100 pearl packs and getting a bunch of tiers, so you can just keep rezzing.
Also, okay, maybe Wizard's Voltaic doesn't do as much damage as the Guardian ult, but their damage per second, probably Wizard comes out on top.
And like overall, you mean?
If you consider how long it takes for Guardian to get their ult and how many Voltaics a Wizard can get off in that time frame, I bet you Wizard comes out on top. I would bet any amount of fucking money.
You're saying
I would bet
starting from 0% rage to 100 and then all?
Starting from 0, if nobody is feeding the Guardian rage, I would bet any amount of money that a Wizard is going to do more damage just spamming Voltaic pulse off fucking cooldown than when that Guardian pops her ult once she hits 100.
That's true. I mean, mostly because it takes 10 minutes to get your ult. Alright, leg drop is getting buffed. What's your favorite skill, Rez? They're reducing the cooldown on the base skill.
I don't have a problem with leg drop.
They're reducing the cooldown on the base skill by 1 second, and they're reducing the cooldown on the flow, I believe, by 3 seconds. It's going to be 11-second cooldown now. The flow is what does the damage, really.
Yeah.
So there's that.
That's probably a good change. I don't know if that's the change really Striker needs, though.
Apparently they were getting complaints. Let's see, they say flow, which is the connection of the axe, which, by the way, is true. The crew technology can instantly take strong damage, and different cooldowns have been applied for adventurers to use according to the situation. However, many fighting adventurers have suggested that the cooldown of the audience is too long, and in sympathy with this, we have adjusted the cooldown of the flow, the livestock technology, together. Which I think is well put.
Yeah. I think that's supposed to mean basically having the flow be a longer cooldown than the regular skill is fucking stupid, because the regular skill doesn't really do that much damage without the flow, which is correct. And there's not... How many skills are there in the game where the flow just straight up has a longer cooldown?
Like where it's like combined like that?
Yeah. Like, I can't really think of any. Like, Berserker doesn't have any. Which Wizard doesn't have any? Does Mystic have any?
No, the flows are either tied to Martial Shards, or like the Sea Burial one is just automatic and it doesn't even have a cooldown.
Valk has that? Apparently Valk has flows like that as well.
No, he changed his mind.
Oh, and then he instantly says never mind, so I'm a liar now. Thanks, Invenditia.
He's been spun around so many times with that Valk vacuum, it's lost it. Yeah, I don't know. Also, can we please get Google to unfurlough their translation guy? This shit is actually out of hand. This has just it's gone too far.
I feel like it's an elaborate prank at this point, honestly.
Dude, it's so bad. The flow
Yeah,
to
I don't
torn arrow. Oh, that's just a horseback thing, I'm pretty sure someone said.
The flows shouldn't have longer cooldowns than their abilities. If they're not all going to be like that, then probably none of them should be like that. Honestly.
Well, this one's still has a longer cooldown. It's just a little bit closer now.
If it's hold on, let me specify. If it is something like that where it's just a bonus damage thing.
Right.
Right. Like if it's a separate ability entirely, then maybe I get it. But if it's like Voltaic Pulse, right, which is Voltaic Pulse, like they use it and then it has a flow that auto activates whenever you use it, so it's just bonus damage basically.
Right.
Like
yeah,
when it's stuff like that.
Seed and scattering, but yeah, those are kind of separate because it's an additional hit after. That's like a separate visual animation. The leg drop is kind of like all in one go. But either way, yeah. This is an interesting change. So they're combining energizing crons with simple crons. That's now going to be one food. You can make it one food, I guess, by merging them. And so before, a simple cron was 20 AP, 20% EXP, 10% skill EXP, 2 cast attack, 3 move, 2 crit, 150 health, and then the 6% damage taken from mobs, minus 6%. Now it's going to be 30 AP, which is 10 more. It's going to also have down attack damage plus 5%, and the heat stroke resist. And the additional carrying weight. So yeah, it is like combining them plus giving it 10 more AP. So that shit's gonna be hype as fuck, I guess. Better for grinding. I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't use this for grinding after this. Because Simple Cron and Exquisite aren't even like different enough to really matter that much at high-end spots. So like, I don't know. I'm pretty sure this one would be better. Mathematically, maybe. I don't know. Especially on like mobs where you can't hit down attacks. Also that
Frosty, whenever you're moving and you use Crescent Slash, what is there any way? There's kind of like a small like lull whenever you get at the end of it, like a very very small one. Is there any way to like? Is there anything to use to like not have to sit there for that half second?
Just Ghost Step. I kind of have been using Crescent Slash after Shadow Slash because Shadow Slash also cancels it. So you go like Shadow Slash and then into Crescent, and then Ghost Step immediately after.
Okay, got it. So don't Ghost Step into Crescent.
I mean, you can Ghost Step into Crescent. Just know that you're gonna have to wait for Ghost Step to be off cooldown, or go like Ghost Step Crescent then Ankle immediately.
Ghost Step Crescent and then Ankle.
Yeah, that one's pretty
fast.
fast.
Okay. Yeah, that works.
Yeah. Let's see, what else was different? Did they add anything else? I don't think that's it. Dude, the skill window thing I'm most excited about. Also, they did announce that these damage changes are coming to KR this week. So everything that's on this week's Global Lab and last week's coming to KR on Wednesday, and for us the following week. They did also buff the Merchant's Ring or changed it, but for the one guy who has 2 parts and no ring, congrats.
Yeah, pretty much. I think it'll be interesting to see whenever it gets on a normal server.
Me too.
Like what people end up saying about it. Because say what you want about Global Lab, dude, that's not like a good place to like test things.
Yeah, and actually, you've said in the past, right, that like the damage isn't consistent because of either ping or frame rate or whatever when testing with Global Labs?
I think he went AFK.
Oh, okay. Well, he was going to say yes. Pretty sure he's told me that he was testing stuff like blooming that has like high accuracy and 100% crit, and the damage was like really inconsistently in like multiple tests, which is kind of interesting. So
yeah, but I also think there's another issue, which is like, for some reason, everybody thinks it's a good idea to run your tests when you have full pin gear. Like
well,
everybody
not
on
just
normal
full pin
servers
gear.
are just
They're like, see,
running around with full pin, full Cafris.
yeah, they're like, I'm testing 285 AP, which is what I have on normal server, against this guy's 410 DP, and he's not dying. And I'm like, well,
Yeah.
why does he have 410 DP? Like, they only see that against Shies or Divios.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, dude, the skill's really broken. Like, I only have full pin C20 everything with full pin yellow accessories, and I'm just one-shotting people. It's like, huh, interesting.
Yeah, it is kind of interesting to test for, like, people would have the most insane setups in their test.
So it'll be interesting to see what KR says about it first, and then hopefully we get that relatively soon so that we can make our own decisions about like where the changes need to go from there.
Cloten, I don't know how to pronounce his name. Clausen says, what about the Warrior Big Smash on Succession? There are two abilities that can trigger a flow, one being on 12 and one on 21. I don't know Warrior enough. And the flow is 15 seconds.
I have no idea.
Warrior Big Smash. Oh, Valk?
Warrior Big Smash. Oh, it's Valk?
I don't even know. I was like, Warrior Big Smash sounds like a Global Labs translation.
No, Big Smash is probably referring to Ground Smash, I would assume. But apparently he's talking about Valk. I don't know.
Yeah. Doesn't look like too much else changed. Let's see. This is all endurance. I don't know. Oh, they're fixing the priority bug for ninjas. They're fixing the priority bug between Katana Shower and Shuriken Throw, which is going to be nice. So when you press S, R, and B, you're not going to be stuck throwing shurikens as often. It'll actually use Katana Shower. Should be fun.
That can happen?
Yeah, sometimes if you're not really, really deliberate with like pressing S first and making sure whatever animation you're doing before has ended, you'll just be sitting there throwing shurikens when you were trying to get into an SA, and it feels so stupid. Yeah, so that'll be nice. Is there anything else? I think just comments.
I don't think so.
Yeah, this week's kind of a short week, and Father's Day, so let's go to the comment section, everybody. For anyone who is interested, whenever we do the Value Pack podcast, we always read the comments on the previous week's video. So if you have something you want to say to us, ask us, complain about, argue about, whatever, put it there. And if Reslar doesn't like it, he'll block you. That part's not true, actually. You only do that if you don't like him.
Yeah, basically, as long as it's not some, like, just deliberate, like, hateful shit, basically.
Well,
I've only had to remove one comment off of any of our videos, so pretty proud of that number for that reason. I've removed a lot of bots. I don't know why bots are so obsessed with our fucking videos. It's really weird.
Surprise, surprise, the comment he removed was Nayashi's.
In fact, I haven't even checked it. I haven't checked this week's comments like at all, honestly.
Yeah, we got some doozies in here, dude, that we're gonna have to discuss. Let me clear my throat real quick. 1 second.
Do I need to remove any bots before we get started? No. Okay. I think we're okay.
Yeah, we should be okay. Nash, are you back? No. Okay, so Ash McLeod says, Lamau. I got called out in the beginning. Also had lots of fun at the community meet. Reslar, stop kidnapping Valks with your internet.
Yeah, that was Ash in the clip.
Oh, it was Ash?
No,
it was Callahan.
No.
It was Callahan.
That was Callahan. That was Callahan. But
Yeah.
Ash was there.
Yeah, Ash was there.
Ash was there indeed.
Dude,
Ash
poor
also
Ash.
came to Ash came to stream and subbed and gifted a sub. So appreciate that.
Dude,
Also,
Ash is the
Butter,
most desyncy guardian of all time.
he is, poor fella.
Yeah.
He comes close to my level of desync from what I was seeing in that PA, dude. That was so rough. But dude, fucking Butters is a mad lad, dude. He comes into stream. He doesn't even say anything in chat. He doesn't say a word in chat. He just follows. I'm like, hey, Butters, what's up? Because I see him in your stream all the time. I'm like, hey, Butters, what's up? Thanks for the follow, man. Dude subs and gifts like 4 other subs or some shit. Doesn't even drop a word in chat. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, dude's a monster. Grim,
he's crazy.
Grim says, I use the new menu, but I think the old one is better if you get used to it because sub-menus are a pain to have to search through. That's what's so great about the new menu is you have a search. You have a search, so you don't have to search, and you can pin stuff, so you don't ever have to search. You can pin stuff. It's fucking fantastic. You can pin 10 things and still have extra things like on recently used. Like,
yeah, but I can just press escape, and then all of the stuff is there.
But
I
well,
can see
all of the
it.
stuff is not there. Here's his update. Switch to the old menu, but it is way easier, but missing Dark Rift and Spirit Safe. Like, being used to something doesn't mean it's better. It's just no. All right, JD Master Joe, Guardian needs buff.
XD?
Someone said no, and another person said okay. Hey, Butters, what's going on? Laxon903 says, I don't think any DK complains about Succession overall, but Awakening is so bad in comparison. I do think Mooses have overtaken DK complaints with easy these days, but Nayashe will even odd soon with complaints for Maywas. Sork, Wiz suck, and Guardian needs some nerfs for sure, but let's hope they make some actual mechanical changes to Awakening classes overall this week. Hyping for Global Labs maintenance. Keep up the good work. Guys, this podcast helps me grind like a boss. There were a couple mechanical changes, not as much as I'd like though, but they did change a couple things. So hopefully it's a sign of things to come. Newt says, I think they are done with the changes and people actually think they aren't done. Well, that was proved wrong this week as they kept adding changes. Clayton Alexander says, I'm still waiting for the addition of parking cones to the Pearl shop to cone off my grind rotation or caution tape. Dude, parking cones would actually be hilarious if that was a thing. The problem is people would be leaving their parking cones all over the place and never remove them. So it's like, wait, is someone here or not here? Even when they're AFK.
What if you just give them a duration, like 1 hour?
They auto-remove after the hour?
Yeah, so like after an hour, if you want to keep grinding, you just replace them.
I'm down. For some reason, the little green message above the horse still says parking, which I always thought was weird. Is no one else like weirded out by that?
Now that you mention it, actually. It's just kind of blurred into the back of my head, but it is kind of weird.
Dude, the first time I played BDO and I saw that, I was like, God, Korean MMOs are fucking weird. Is that a mistranslation? Why is it saying... First of all, it's a verb. Huh? Why is there an arrow with a verb pointing at my horse? It's just so weird to me. Ochacha says, I've already sold my Tech Crescent and used the money to tap my Muskin's pen. Easy clap, boys. Nice. Fucking RNG carried. He also says, if I recall correctly from what Blue said, if you already have a lot of knowledge, majority of the quests will be instant complete for most veteran players. I think that's true. Resler read through all of them. A lot of them are like very, very simple. Mayo Knight says, screw the statistics. The comments are my absolute favorite part of all your videos. Those and the Maywa burns. Keep up the great work. Maywa burns are sick. Dude, Nayashe, where are you? This poor guy.
He's probably dealing with... these are his words, not mine. The woman.
The woman. The woman. Alexander La Fortune says, The average percent damage value on Witch and Wizard goes to 8.6% in average, mainly due to the value increase on extremely tough matchups, without counting the 25% on Wiz Witch. Mirror matchup. I doubt there will be outrageous impacts on the problematic issues the class causes on large scale, nor that this can be intended changes direct to large scale. TLDR, what's the problem if Witch deals appropriate damage to Warrior, Guardian, Ninja, and Kuno? I mean, well, I don't think I agree with the idea that the damage changes on Global Labs for Wiz Witch aren't going to be that meaningful on live. And I don't know what Witch's damage is because no one plays that class, so I've not seen it. The Musassin says, pause the vid when you said Lons were complaining about nerfs. LOL, that's funny. And Musa is what OP now Lons keep their BS traps shut. Damn, harsh, dude. Kenichi Sai says, nerf Wiz, nerf their slows at least. Time to move to Mixer after this Twitch change then. We're going to Mixer, boys.
Mixer, dude.
We're going to Mixer. No,
we're gonna be the next Ninja.
I've always said, dude, if Mixer is gonna pay me $25 million up front, I'm actually willing to switch. Michael S says, question for Frosty. You used to main Mystic, right? Any reason why you switched to Kuno? So I actually didn't switch from Mystic to Kuno. Oh wait, yes I did. That was actually just out of pure... Well, when I switched to Kuno, that was before the spin buff, and when Kunos weren't allowed in Siege guilds, and I was in Black Rose and got kicked. So... I switched because I'm a madman.
Hipster Frosty, dude.
Hipster Frosty. So
I was a Kuno before it was cool.
Yeah. No, but I had played... I just love Kuno, I don't know. But the reason why I'm not super hyped about playing Mystic is in large scale, if you don't outgear your opponents, it's very difficult to like 1vx or group fight on a Mystic when you do not have PA. When PA is not on you, because you're just exclusively melee and you don't really have a safe way to get out of an engagement, it's really, really tough on Mystic. So for Node Wars, I don't enjoy Mystic in Node War. That's kind of the biggest reason. Otherwise, I probably would play it if it was more fun in Node War. So there's that. I'm sorry? What, Rose?
I said more interesting.
He's going on robot mode.
I'm going.
He's gone. We've lost him.
Number 30.
Skynet's attacking.
Number 30, dude. Feels bad.
Yeah. Insert timestamp that. Insert important information by Reslar there. Wes J. Finn says...
Wait, am I back?
Oh, you're back now. What were you saying?
Okay. I was going to say, when are we going to see the return of Bo Frosty, dude?
Bo Frosty?
I don't know, maybe. Bo Frosty is my tamer, dude.
Bo Frosty is the original Frosty, the OG.
It is.
Damn.
It's the first. You know what's crazy? I was looking at my... Like, I've been on Kuno pretty consistently for a while now, but I was looking through my character's playtime. My Sork still has like 20 more days on my Kuno.
That's impressive.
Yeah. Well, you grinded to 63 on your Sork, didn't you?
No, on my Kuno, I did. I grinded to 60.
Oh, Kuno?
I did grind to 62 twice on my Sork, though, since I rolled its EXP off once. Because I'm weird. So Wes J. Finn says, TLDR, the buffed/unbuffed skill percents on the chart are close at low ranges, but increasingly misleading with differences in modifier and skill buff, meaning that the damage plus minus percent is not reliable if used as X class plus to Y this changed blah 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 when compared to silver meta. Now I read through his whole thing, which he does give a lot of useful information. However, I don't know that anyone was arguing against what he's saying. At all. Like, obviously the skill modifiers are like a big factor in some of the percent changes, so you have to consider that. But I guess if people were not considering that when they look at some of the skill changes, then they're going to be either pleasantly or unpleasantly surprised when the patch comes out at how either low or high their damage is. So yeah, skill modifiers definitely matter. Like about 10% boost in damage across the board on Zerker skills is more impactful on a skill like wait, what's your busted ass skill? Why am I drawing a blank? Your 30-second cooldown one?
Because we don't have one, XD.
Yeah, you do. The 30-second cooldown skill. Ancient Wave.
Oh, Q buff?
The 10% damage... No, Ancient Wave. The 10% damage buff is going to affect Ancient Wave more than it affects Devastation. Like, that's a duh. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like everyone knows that, right?
Yeah, maybe it'll actually be worthy of a 30-second cooldown, and it won't just be a worse Luthergen's Call in every way.
Okay, well, you're using Heart Snatch now, so tell me about 30-second cooldowns. I'd rather have Ancient Wave. The Musassin also says, y'all Musa is doing more damage, but is accuracy accounted for? Versus the opponent's DR/evasion, and we shouldn't forget that Musa Wake has shitty accuracy, even if we don't include DR evasion accuracy. When was the last time you heard someone complain, oh my god, Musa is so OP, LOL, I feel like PA isn't giving us anything as far as damage goes. If this is a PvP table, I'd love to see the PvE one as well. They're definitely giving Musa more damage. They're not buffing Musa's accuracy. Maybe that'll happen, but I mean, Musa Awakening or Succession accuracy is fine.
I can kind of comment on that.
All right, let's hear it.
See, in KR, I have a Discord that communicate with some of the KR Maywas and whatnot. They also play Musa, and they got feedback on that because me and some EU players were commenting that Musa's accuracy and their damage overall is just kind of scuffed. But I guess in KR, for whatever reason, they're able to deal a lot more damage more consistently, especially to high DP players, even with evasion. So something just doesn't seem right. I don't know if it's something different or what, but apparently they can deal more damage.
I can tell you why.
We can.
I can tell you part of the reason why. Half the Musas I run into wear Libra gloves and often tet and no accuracy accessories whatsoever.
Well, I would say that's probably not the case because there's plenty of Musas that do go accuracy, and they still run into that same problem.
I'm not gonna pick on Musas.
I'm not saying they don't have some accuracy issues.
Here's a
I'm
gift
just
to
saying,
represent this.
I'm saying like the people that run those two items and also complain about their accuracy are like it blows my mind. That's all I'm saying.
So
I forget who I was talking to. I forget who I was talking to, but I was talking to somebody in Discord, and they were saying something along the lines of, "Oh, well, my friend's a DK, and they have like 291 AP or some shit, and they did a damage test, and they do like no damage to like this class or whatever." And I was like, "Man, that's a lot of AP. They must be really geared. How much accuracy do they have?" And they were like, "Oh, well, they're using an Often, and they have Begs, but they don't use Hooms or Jin Vipers." And I'm like, what? Like, what do you mean? Like, the amount of players who don't understand that you have to have at least a baseline amount of accuracy in your build, or else you're just going to get hard countered by people who just build a slightly more evasion than usual is hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. If you're an Awakened Ninja or Succession Ninja or an Awakened Musa or Awakened Kuno or Awakened Sork, like, unfortunately, you got to run accuracy. Like, it just kind of is how it is. Like, I don't know. I know it. No one likes it because the number's not big on your sheet, but yeah, just if you want to do overall more damage, if that's what's important to you, you just got to get accuracy. I'm not saying maybe Musa could use like a percentage point or two here or there for their skills to help support them in Awakening, but even still, I promise you, if they did that, if they went across the board and gave you guys like 2% or 3% more accuracy to even it out with other classes, you're still going to have the same issue with your Often Tet and your Libra gloves.
Well, I mean, if they build like that, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't understand why people are so insistent on not at least getting close to 300 like accuracy sheet.
Well, 300 is like even low. Like, dude, I run into people that are like I don't know. Like I'm
Here's-
using Liber, and I'm using Liber, but I am using Kudum, so it boosts it a little bit. But I'm using Liber, and I have 337, and it's like if you are full pen and you are not like above 330 accuracy, like you're fucking yourself so bad. And if you're not above, like if you want to actually like deal with evasion, you have to have even more than I have. Like I still run into evasion people that I can't kill. Like I need an accuracy accessory as well. So it's like, yeah, you just need it. I don't know. It's like makes such a big difference. Like more than AP. Like that's the thing that people have a hard time grasping is like a direct increase in damage is accuracy at the point where like if you're 293 AP, going to 297 isn't going to help you if you're not killing anybody. I don't know. So there's that. All right, next comment. Or was there something you wanted to add? I saw that clip. Is that Succession though? Or Awakening? Yeah, Succession. I think like they're not really complaining about the damage and suck. Anyway, it's more just Awakening.
Yeah, that's true. Those were examples of Succession, not.
Papega says if you lower the damage of Wizard Succession in that way, lower damage of subsequent spells, nobody will play it. If you actually think about it, when Wizard Suck ends up doing no damage at all, because every single cast with a command leads to instant cast spells, eventually you end up with what? Minus 50% damage on your spells, because why exactly? That would just destroy the subclass. The mechanics of Wizard Suck are why it is so strong. You could nerf damage baseline because the kit is strong to make up for it. They specifically said they don't want Suck First Awakening to be just better than the other. You'd be creating the same problem. This goes on for a long time, so I'm just going to end with this sentence. But you'd be creating the same problem by making Wiz Suck unplayable because Awakening does more damage. So, yeah, I mean, my only thing was just I just think cooldowns need to be looked at for Succession. Personally, that's what I feel like, at least as a start. Being able to use Voltaic Pulse every time teleport is off cooldown, I think makes the matchup really, really tough. It's I don't know. Maybe like makes it tough for everyone fighting around when a wizard or a witch is nearby. If that makes sense. Or not even a witch, really. It's mostly just wizard. Is the damage even... I mean, the damage is really strong, but the damage in Succession in general is pretty strong. It's just like that damage is an evasion debuff protected AoE CC that's instant cast. So it's scary. It scares people. I don't know. I don't even know. We talked about it last week a little bit, but I don't know what you would change on Wizard. I guess just look at it because people are starting to get really frustrated now. It's got to be looked at.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's just cooldowns, basically.
Christian Cortez says both of them. What was that in reference to?
One by the...
Huh? Oh, Rezlar's disappearing. Small Dick Stole Your Girl says, "Yo, what's going on with the corrupt hate? Don't make me smack you down, Nayashi, with my 650 gear score little boy."
Am I back? Hello?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're back.
We're up to 31 and 10 deaths, by the way. 31 disconnections, 10 deaths. That was in regards to if you could nerf Guardian or Suck Wizard, I think. Which one would you nerf?
Oh, okay.
Remember we asked that last week for the stream, people?
Yikes says Baywa needs love. Well, now that I'm a Maywa main, dude, I'm gonna start those podcasts about to turn around. Me and Nayashi going 2v1 Rezlar every week on Maywa Balance. Blaze JM says Zerker got mega nerf. LOL.
No?
All classes will be doing more damage to Zerker, and Zerker will do less damage to all classes. That is you have to have such a hard time reading that spreadsheet for that to be the takeaway. I don't know how that's the conclusion. Awakening will be doing about the same or more damage depending on the class to most classes. Succession might be doing a little bit less, but Succession damage is crazy, so it'll probably be fine. Would be my guess. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that's... No. I don't agree with that at all. But 0H says going from Meiwa to Ninja isn't that hard since you can just keep up movement rotation with low cooldown. Mei to Striker was the most jarring thing for me since you have to rotate movements and linger SA attack skills and keep track of cooldowns. Most of the classes become super easy to deal with the 3 on-demand iframes and 2 grabs, but while Ninja and Sork are pretty easy, Mei matchups they were impossible on Striker. Yeah, that's funny. That is how it always works, right? Like you have you're on one class and you're like, dude, blah 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 class is busted, and then you go on that class and now matchups that you found super easy become really hard because the class is just so different.
Yeah. I mean, that's true. Like the lingering is probably feels like super stationary and like
weird.
You feel like you're gonna get gaped because we're so used to Meiwa not taking hits, you know? So you change it to where you're transitioning from movement to just standing still and tanking. It's gonna be a little awkward. Probably clench them cheeks a little bit, you know, every time you do it.
I still think I don't know. Everyone that says like every matchup is super easy on a Ninja is I feel like just actually play Ninja against good players. Like people spend so much time fighting ninjas. I actually think people's like main experience, like I would be willing to bet that most like good players are really comfortable against Awaken and Succession ninjas just because it's like that's the class that's always in BA and wants to fight, and everyone has just fought that matchup so much. I don't know. I just feel like any class I've ever played, Awaken ninjas, it can be hard, but only if the player is like really good. Like the average player is so easy to be on a Awaken ninja. Just saying. Takes a little bit of practice.
Right.
Yep.
I'm officially at 32 disconnections, 11 deaths, and I have run out of Kydex crystals to break.
Yikes.
Nice. Jacob Vels says, or Veliz, sorry, with how slow Patreon names scroll by, I think it would make sense to make the box just big enough to fit a name and have it switch between donators. It's pretty distracting right now. Rose, your thoughts? You're saying the name scrolling by is distracting. Like, make the box big enough just to fit a name and leave the name in there and have it just auto switch. I'm not sure. I think that's with the bottom left thing during the video.
That seems harder. No.
The only thing I would actually recommend changing is if it's looking at a patch note or a video to not have it there. Like, because sometimes it covers stuff up.
I mean, I can do that, but I need you to timestamp whenever you're going to watch a video or something so I don't have to go searching for it.
Vesper BR says... Oh, wait. Yeah. Vesper BR says, I have 2 suggestions to protected area. 1, what if PA worked for ranged attacks? That would create interesting possibilities and would stick to the theme of the skill. Which I actually like that idea. I just think it's super hard to implement because you have to define ranged attacks. And that's kind of difficult to do because are we counting rangers melee skills? Because those are ranged attacks. 2, remove PA from the casters and make it a guild skill that can only be used by the shot caller. It needs to be created. New guild rank called War Hero. Just 1 to 5 players in a guild can have it with the same cooldown and duration, but limited to 1 at a time, sharing cooldowns just like CTG does. What do you guys think? I mean, either of those are better than what we got. By the way,
I'll say the same thing when somebody else recommended making it a guild skill. If you're going to make it a guild skill, make guild skills easier to use, and then I'll jump on board with that idea.
Yeah, make them hotbarable.
Until let me phrase it this way. As long as guild skills are actually the most annoying thing to try to use in the middle of a fucking fight, I would not recommend that change.
Here's actually, I want to go on a little side tangent here because I've been thinking about this. I don't know if I've talked about it on the podcast, but can we please add a system for fucking GMs to be able to add additional responsibilities to officers, like individually? Like, if I'm a GM of a guild, I should be able to be like, hey, this is someone close to me, someone that I trust that's in my guild. I'm going to appoint this officer to be able to do payouts. And I'm going to appoint this officer to be able to use CTG and like do other like GM things that I don't have to do 100% of the things 100% of the time. It's so weird to me that this game like just wants GMs to rage quit out of frustration. Like, please also appoint like a temporary GM. Like, hey, if I'm an officer, if me and Reslar are in a guild together and we have 100 people in our guild, and I'm a GM and I want to go merc, I should be able to temporarily appoint Reslar GM until I return from merking and then come back.
You sure you want to do that?
Probably not
Yeah,
Reslar.
you
That's
probably
probably a
don't
bad
wanna do that.
example. They're like, well, I know. They're responsible. Like, well, Reslar's the reason why we don't allow it.
That's the fast track to kill your guild right there, bro.
Yeah. Dude, I keep seeing Bloodthirst bells popping up, man. Mina's guild getting bigger, Res. You're gonna have to clash with them soon or merge or something. It's coming.
Wait, did he go back to Bloodthirst?
Yeah, he's running Bloodthirst. He's GM. He's got like
I thought he was
60
playing,
people or 50
I thought he was
people.
RPing in Final Fantasy.
He was, but he's playing the game now. The Blood Oath needs to 1v1 Bloodthirst on a node soon.
I'm not in the Blood Oath, so they'll have fun with that.
Your heart is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Ziegel says the DMCA treaty used for striking is over 20 years old. A few Twitch streamers that I know of are arguing that the law is outdated and should be changed. 20 years ago, the internet wasn't as big as it is now. Therefore, such laws should be changed. Edit. The quiz was fun, Rez. I only got 17 right, but it was really fun.
Thank you.
Yeah. No, the law, and that's the other thing too, right? It's like these archaic laws that don't update in time, like with how fast things actually change IRL, but then these laws like copyright and like patent laws that last for fucking decades and decades some of them are insane. Ziegel says in Guild Wars 2 there are marks that you can put on that I love this idea, by the way, if this was in BDO. So in Guild Wars 2, there are marks that you can put on that are visible on the map from third person. There is also at least one commander that is marked on the map in each platoon so that you can easily tell where the ball is. The marks also help you strategically point out that where the ranged DPS should go, where to group up, etc. It does make coordinating a ball easier. Wish it would be implemented in BDO. They legit need to make like you should be able to change the color of dots, like to appoint people if you're an officer or GM, right? So people can find on the map where to go. And the other thing is like, if they added like the Apex pinging system, I don't even play Apex Legends, but their pinging system that now Fortnite stole and other games use too, is so fucking good. If that shit was in BDA, it would be so nice, man.
Pinging system?
Yeah, just like different ways to ping different things with different markers at a time. So if it's like, like, how nice would it be if a GM or a shot caller could ping like a like red
star
marker
or heart?
Yeah, like, well, one, have something on themselves that's just always up, so you always see where they are, and two, have like I can ping a 1 on top of this flame tower and then a 2 on top of the recovery center. So it's like kill the 1 first, kill the 2 next. You know. It would just be so nice, dude. Or anything like that. Colors, whatever.
I still just think people wouldn't fucking listen.
I mean, half of them wouldn't, but it still would make it easier for the people that do. Because there are still a lot of cases where people are trying to listen, but they're like, I don't see the pings, or where are you, or I'm lost, or whatever.
Yeah, that's when you say the flame tower on the west, and then they're like, I don't know which way is west. It's like, dude, I can't help you with that, dude. That's like, go back to high school, my guy.
Well, even still, half the time, even like really good shot callers, I've heard Sasha do it, I've heard myself do it, where they say west, but they mean east, and they're pinging
the wrong direction. Yeah.
I don't. Just go back to high school, Sasha. Fucking bitch.
I mean, right? At the end of the day, it's not like you don't know your fucking directions. You just had to slip up.
I know, but it's still a better ping system would be nice, and being able to see the shot caller at all times, so the shot caller doesn't have to like. If you could put a ping on yourself when you're a shot caller and not have to sit there and spam tilde key, that would be so fucking nice for the shot caller.
Yeah. Here's what I think. I think if your guild is going to be good at anything, you have to node war in Valencia for at least like 3 months, so that your entire guild learns how to war without pings and just using pure direction.
Guttermouth says he uses clock directions, which I love the idea of that, because people are all facing different directions, so for them the clock is different. On your 6, and like everyone turns around, they just go different directions.
I think he means like... Okay, yeah.
Alright, does he not mean that on your 12? Oh,
No,
you talk about it on that, like, in
mini-map
regards to
block.
the mini-map? Oh, okay. Well, fucking, like, normally
Yeah,
if you
so,
say
like,
on your 6, you're talking about, like,
north.
behind the person or in front of the person.
No. Like if you like if you said like 12 is north, 6 is south, sort of thing. So if
Dude,
you said the circle on your mini map is a clock, so consider it that way. So you say 9 o'clock, and then that would be west.
half the Zoomers in BDO don't even know how to read an analog clock, so that would be even more confusing. That was a boomer joke for Nyashi, dude. All right, JL, or no, Lost Soul says he didn't click my virus link, and then he says it was a meme of his dandy. JL, the link, the hyperlink, like, was typed out in such a weird way it actually looked like a virus, and Lost Souls can be a troll sometimes, so I actually was scared. JL says,
Dude, I
TL,
was afraid if I clicked on that link, Lost Souls himself was gonna like come out of my computer monitor, suicide fall me, and then just like glitch out the animation where I could never like hit the ground.
right.
Do you remember you used to do that in BA like all the time?
Do what? Wait, do what?
He would suicide fall, and then
Oh,
I don't know how
the
he
glitch
did it, but
thing?
he would glitch the animation.
Yeah, where you're just
So
sitting there
that
spinning
you
over and
couldn't
over.
land. You're just sitting there in the air.
Butter says a compass at the top of your top middle of your screen would be nice. That actually would be nice if you could turn it on or off.
Yeah, like a battle royale compass type
Yeah.
deal. That would be nice, but you would have to make it very small. Would be the only thing, so that it doesn't get in the way of like people's names whenever you attack them or whatever.
Just have it on top of the map, to be honest.
On top of the map, I'd rather be in the center, honestly.
I mean, stop being contrarian. All right, JL said this one's for you, Rez. So, the TLDR is regarding Rezlar's example at 2740. I think it makes sense to me that Ninja does not do more damage to Guardian than Archer. Now, I'm going to read the rest because I want you to get to. I want you to reply to this because this is. I think he's referring to you in this. So he says, Guardian taking more damage than Archer just means that Guardian have inflated HP numbers, fake tankiness compared to Archer's. When in reality, ninjas kill both of them the same, which that's false. We now know for sure that that's false. They take less damage. It's not just HP. Also,
well, killing them the same and taking less damage, and kind of different.
Yeah, kind of different. They definitely take less damage from a lot of classes than others. Like,
so they have to block jump one more time. No big deal.
I'm just saying in general. He was using that as an example. So he says, well, I think balancing these numbers so that they do not vary extremely from one class to another in Foundation for future skill adjustments, I think he meant is okay. He says, I don't think making Guardians take extra damage from all classes, especially Assassin classes, in my opinion, is what I envision for Guardians. Guardians can arguably use a nerf, but the nerf should be on damage, CD, SA, or slow effects. And then he says, this is where it reminded me of you, Rez, because we talk about melee a lot. He says, we can't keep claiming that frontline classes can't survive in ball v ball while we also want to make them take more damage. If anything, I think frontline classes should get closer buffed to the level of tankiness that Guardians have with balanced consideration of the killing potential and utility of their kits. So your thoughts on
that? Partly agree. I said on stream just the other day, we were talking about the Guardian nerfs, and I mentioned that them taking overall more damage is nice because they are extremely tanky, but it's not the change that I would have liked to see. I would have rather have seen like a cooldown change. Like they have the strongest block in the game, but they don't even really need to use it that much because their cooldowns are so fucking low that they rotate super armors and iframes like constantly. That like I've never seen a Guardian be forced to hold their block for longer than like I don't know, a second and a half maybe, unless they're just bad. So I don't know. Like I agree in regards to I don't think making Guardian just take more damage across the board is the best way to fix it. That being said, it is a problem. Guardian is, and this is going to help solve it. So I don't know, man. It's like whatever. I do agree that I wish that they brought other classes up to Guardian's position. Maybe not as much, but even if they made them as tanky as Guardian, I still don't think it would be the same because they just don't have the They can't like rotate the super armors and iframes like Guardian can. Even if they gave him the same block, even if they gave him the same damage reduction, it still wouldn't be the same because the classes are built differently. Guardian is literally meant to just be in the fight and stay in the fight. That's why it has low cooldowns and healing on every fucking ability. Like, it's literally designed to do that, whereas I don't think the other classes are. So, I don't know. I see where he's coming from, and I do agree in a lot of ways, but I don't know. I really don't see a huge issue with it. At the end of the day, Guardian is just an issue, and it needs to be dealt with. And while I'm not in love with the way it's being dealt with, I'm fine with it.
I think I do want to point out this too, like the philosophy. So he says, I don't think making Guardians take extra damage from all classes. In parentheses, he says, especially assassin classes, in my opinion, is what I envision. I actually feel like the assassin classes, and I'll just use like Musa Mewa as an example, doing more damage to Guardian is the only one that actually kind of makes sense, because like Guardian is supposed to be a ball class. So if an assassin class takes a risk and jumps into a ball to kill it, you know, there's that. But if a Guardian is outside of the ball when it should, like, you know, trying to play by itself, and it gets caught by an assassin, it just being like overly tanky and not killable makes less sense to me. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I kind of like, I think I talked about this last podcast, but I kind of like that they're making Ranger and Archer do so much more damage to Guardian, because it's almost like meta solving, basically. It's kind of being like, we know Guardians are kind of a big fucking issue, and
there he goes. We lost him again.
Is this number 30?
Roslar's in
Here he goes.
everybody. Oh my god, dude, that's awful. I do love the idea too with Flamebuster.
Am I back?
You're back.
Yes, you're back.
I'm back. Hello.
I like with Flamebuster getting buffed, Rez, that now Zerkers have been relegated to Archer removers.
Archer removers?
Yeah, they're literally going to do just more damage to Archers, and Flamebuster got buffed, so just their Q buff is just going to, alright. Like, it's kind of like, Mewa clear the traps, Zerkers clear the Archers. Alright, dive.
Yeah. So what I was saying is I kind of liked how it almost seemed like they were like, we don't want Witch and Wizard to already do more than they already do, because they already do everything. So let's make Ranger and Archer do an assload of damage, like, more. Because the percentage increase from Archer and Ranger to Guardians is, like, really fucking high. It's, like, one of the highest increases, I believe, whenever I was looking at it. So it was almost like, hey, you want to deal with Guardians? Get some more Archers and maybe some suck Rangers in your guild. And then maybe Guardians less of an issue. In, like, the ball v ball. It's kind of funny.
Shazar says, so he has two long ass comments. I'm gonna briefly go over parts of each one, and that's it. So Shazar says, you discussed grapples in one of the podcasts, which I couldn't watch until now, and wanted to add something. The generalization going on the topic of grapples and lowering the cooldown of it, not really adding value to this discussion. I think he means increasing the cooldown. If you want to discuss that topic, please remind yourself that, first of all, we have all different SA and non-SA grapples. Then there comes those weird grapples who should be open but aren't, iframes that make them protected. Then we have different speed of grapples, ranges, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, 100% agree, and we did discuss that. Now, we only gave average numbers. Like, literally when we said increase across the board, like, all grapples should have, like, a baseline, and better grapples should have higher. Like, that was kind of in that discussion. So if you missed that, I apologize. Obviously, every grapple is different and should be looked at a little bit differently. So that's not a thing. And he says, on a general note, why do iframe classes have a grapple? Why? I don't know. Why not? A Sork doesn't. I mean, what's an iframe class is just what? A class that has ghost step, I guess? I don't know. It's so weird. Like, I don't know.
No. Iframe classes are classes that have iframes.
Spam iframes, dude.
Yeah, I know,
I think that's self-explanatory.
But what classes just spam iframes? Like, because Ghost Step has a cooldown, right? And you usually
Sork?
use
One second.
Sork doesn't have a grab though, so it doesn't apply.
Oh,
here.
you're talking
He
about
says,
classes that have
he's-
iframes
yeah, he
and
says,
grabs?
why do iframe classes have a grapple? But like, I don't know.
I think here's what I think people refer to when they say iframe classes, because this is what I think of when I think of iframe classes. Sork, obviously, number 1. Ninja, Kuno, Tamer, DK. Those are the iframe classes to me.
Right, but I think I don't know. It's like such a weird. It's a weird like generalized label that I just don't like it. And I'm not a fan of the label, especially like on an Awakened Ninja. A lot of people think it's always an iframe because of stance shift's frontal guard.
Well, no, it's always an iframe because you have an iframe on a 1 second cooldown.
I know, but that's also only an iframe when entering and SA when exiting. It's like that's not why it's always on iframe. I mean, if you're relying only on ghost steps, which is iframe stuff, like you're going to be fucked. If you ever play Ninja or Kuno in PvP, in any
the
meaningful
stance
PvP.
shift is the stance shift is the thing that makes the Awakening Ninja really good. But the fact is that the stance shift is so good because of ghost step. Because you have an iframe on a 1 second cooldown, so you don't just sit there holding your block like a guardian or a fucking warrior or some shit.
Yes, together they are good, but I'm saying like people do think because of stance shift being in there that they're just always an iframe. Mostly because they don't take damage with their frontal guard is hit. So it just feels kind of similar to an iframe in that sense. But I don't have any problem with it. Like I don't know, the iframes are like it's such a weird thing. Like if you have an iframe, like it's one of these like the homogeneous, like every class has to be the same kind of thinking. Like, well, if all classes that have a grapple should be slow lumbering super armored classes. Like
No.
Yeah, I don't think that's the case. I mean, you can have an issue with a grab, but like this is why we're saying like the grabs probably should have a little bit longer cooldown. His second one is he says, on the topic of Node War and Siege, as I am a T1 pleb, maybe I feel strongly about that. T1 medium, where you basically do 250, 346 for 20% DR. And if you have enough AP to downgrade, you invest in percent modifier, like down attack earring or human damage. Especially, I think it is most enjoyable PvP you can get. Maybe it's also because ACU evasion is capped. Nobody knows exactly where, but eventually it'll all be very long sustained fights, which is way more fun than PA meta one-shot meta to me. Also, there are no mercs and no PA. Technically, you can use it, but it'll only push to the AP cap. I always hear you guys.
What do people mean when they say in one-shot meta? Because unless you're like severely undergeared, no one really gets one-shot unless it's like some sort of 100%.
I always just default people saying one shot to mean one combo.
Well, one combo, like people need to just be a little bit more realistic about, you know.
Also, one combo in a Node War is hard to execute on a lot of people. I don't know.
Yeah, so it's like,
yeah,
they got to consider that they're building this game towards large scale. So
yeah, I don't know. I guess like the time to kill is high. I mean, I agree that like elongated fights would be cool. Let's see, where does he get?
But the game is not designed around that. That's the problem. We have so many healing mechanics built into skills, and on top of that, 2-second pots. You just can't do that. You cannot do that. That's why you have to have the quick kill. Otherwise, fights would be in the favor of more protected classes. Or classes with, short cooldown CC grabs, for example. Like 6-second grabs, because they're the only ones that could actually get in consistent combos.
So, I wanted to mention... Oh, yeah. Cine says, so law no honorable mention as an iframe class.
Oh, yeah, I guess Lawn.
Rezar don't count them, dude, because they have a ranged grab.
Dude, Lawn is like... You know how many Lawns I run into, like, a year? Like, 3.
And it's always dead GG.
And it's always Frosty on a fucking child character.
So he says... This is the question I wanted you guys to answer to, because we all do... I mean, I think, Nayasha, you also complain about PA, right? Or you don't like PA in its current state? Or you don't really care?
Wait, PA?
Protected area, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, okay. So I'm not a fan of...
He says, I always hear you guys not liking PA, and I'm wondering why you aren't playing on T1s. So, Rez, why don't you do T1 Node Wars if you don't like PA?
Why should I have to play on T1s?
What, Nahashi?
Why should I have to play on T1s?
I mean, that's the thing too, is like you spend all this time doing gear progression, and just to be capped is like not even necessarily like relative to everyone else's gear, but just like, I don't know. Then why did I progress past 270 AP if I'm just gonna be capped in the PvP that I enjoy?
Dude, you should
Fucking Wrestler's internet, dude, is actually terrible. It's crazy because his internet consists, like, it goes out like on like a rhythm that's like exactly timed.
Let's go, baby. We're at 38 disconnections, 14 deaths. Let's do it. Yeah, the idea, I agree with Nayashe though. The idea of like, well, if you don't like that this ability is literally breaking the main form of content within this game, then you should make all of your like hours of work in progress irrelevant. Like, no. How about not? Like,
Yeah.
that's basically what they're suggesting. That's insane. How about we just not have a thing that makes the fucking main form of content, i.e. Node Wars, in this game fucking ridiculously annoying and not fun.
Or super fun, depending on who you ask. Yeah.
I don't think anybody likes PA. I don't know. Anytime I have a discussion about PA, I've never ran across someone who was like, I actually really like how PA just makes everybody just get together and then they use their PA and we use our PA and we just kind of run into each other and then nothing happens for 7 seconds and then it's just who can keep up their PAs more. Yet to find that person. Yet to find that person, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah. I think that it just needs to be changed. I don't know. The other thing too, I think people forget. I think people forget that, like, at the end of the day, everyone's playing a MMO, which is like literally the only point is kind of like gear progression. You know, for a lot of people, you're grinding up your gear for PvE and PvP, and like, I don't know, it's like a weird thing to be like, hey, by the way, the last 3 years that you've been grinding and building up your gear and excited to get enhancements, they don't mean anything anymore.
39 39 and 15. Let's go.
All right. I think we're all set. That's all the comments. I want to ask, because this one's a little bit short, since we have a little bit of a chat room going on. Would you guys be down to answer some questions from the chat for like 5 to 10 minutes?
How long is this?
We're at 155. No, not yeah, about 150, maybe like 153.
I mean, sure, I guess.
A couple of questions. Don't be a brat.
What chat room are you referring to? Are you talking about your stream chat?
Yeah. No, I'm talking about AOL chat, dude. Are you not signed in with me on our Value Pack AOL enter keyword Value Pack podcast?
Listen, if you want to join the chat, you got to go to Omegle, and then under topics or whatever, you got to put the Value Pack, and that's how we'll do it.
All right, if you have any question for Resler, myself, or Nayashe, you got 20 seconds to get it in. I'll ask a few, and then we're going to bounce, because Resler's internet is trash.
Yo, it's your boy.
Dude, I bet too. WP says, I bet he's downloading something but too potato to realize it. It probably is.
Nope, it's been like this. It has been like this since Thursday. All day Thursday, I tried to record Friday's video. I couldn't stay connected for longer than, like, I don't know, 10 minutes. So I just gave up on it.
WP Grian says to Reslar, have you tried turning it off and on again, and how is middle school going?
I have. I also called Spectrum, and they said that they updated my modem and reset the connection. Probably didn't, but okay. And so now the only course of action I have left, because I told them this probably isn't going to solve anything, so what do I do after this doesn't fix my issue? And they said to bring it in, so that's my next course of action, is to bring in my modem and router to the actual store and replace them. Middle school is going well. There's this really cute girl in my gym class. I think I'm gonna write a letter and put it in her locker. Hopefully it goes well and I can get my dick wet.
Whoa.
Nice. Goals. Real life goals.
Speaking of, I want to bring this up real quick because it just sounded fucking funny. So someone put up a Reddit post the other day, and the title, like, you know how you kind of just notice the big title. So the Reddit post was titled, "I'm 32 and my girlfriend is 13." So like you immediately are like, what the fuck? And then he says in the comment, "Can we still level up together and get to Awakening at around the same time?" Right? Then everyone's like, dude, what the fuck? And then like a bunch of people answered, and then his follow-up comment is, "Thanks guys, I'll be picking her up from middle school later this afternoon." Right? Later this afternoon. And we'll try working on leveling up to Awakening while grading her students' papers tonight and this weekend.
That's so good.
Shit was fucking funny. But also inappropriate and wrong. Eumenidai says, which Patreon goal unlocks a new internet connection for Reslar?
Yeah, which, dude?
At this point, I feel like the Patreon goal would have to unlock, like, moving to a new home. Like, basically, he just needs to buy a new home in a different place and hope to God that the internet's better there. Because it sounds like no matter what he does, his internet's going to be trash.
Basically. I mean, it's funny because I remember, like, people have been telling me, like, oh, well, you use a Wi-Fi adapter? Yeah, I use a Wi-Fi adapter because my modem is literally across the entire house, like on the opposite wall from where my fucking room is. Well, that's the issue. You use a Wi-Fi adapter, dude. It's the Wi-Fi. All right, now I'm cabled.
Right.
What now?
Guttermouth says, have you noticed all the new guilds pushing into T2s? By the way, I'm seeing a lot more World Chat recruits and am excited. We mostly have to fight Black Rose, Corrupt, and Cho. So I haven't noticed that many. But I do know that there are more and more around. It's just, I think that we're not placing on the proper nodes to fight them. Also, a lot of times we place on T3s, and kind of you forget that you're not on a T2 when you place on a 30-man T3 because it's a 30-man. You know what I mean? Like, Rez, do you ever feel that way? Like, you place on T3 and you think of it as a T2 even though it's not? I don't know. I kind of forget sometimes that not all the nodes were on our T2s.
Experience.
Yeah,
40.
I can see that.
Someone asked, let me find it again. Oh, for Nayashi, Turtle Cuck says, for Nayashi, when are you getting geared enough so we can run tests?
What kind of tests?
I don't know what kind of tests you want to run, Turtle. Ash Ketchup says, does Reslar still live with his family?
I do. I do indeed. I still live with my mom and pop. I'm going to college, and they have always said, as long as you're going to college, you can stay with us. But yeah, gotta go to college. So I'm currently a college student who lives with my parents, and I don't have a job. And this is, I guess, my job, since we make some money off of it. So I guess this is my job.
Some money. LOL. True Gamers says, buy 70-foot cat. Oh, True Gamers says. Cinny says, True Gamers buy 70-foot Cat 6 cables.
I bought a 200-foot cable.
Yeah. Oh, Badriana says EU Community Night would be nice.
Yeah, the next one, I already promised you, May, that the next community night we do is going to be EU friendly.
We could probably do it in a week or two here. Coming up soon. No reason not to.
Yeah.
Guttermouth says Cho is kind of single-handedly obliterating 30-mans. You need like 2 to 3 guilds to beat them minimum, but like that amount of sticks on nodes is frustrating. Dude, I had we had one war where it was literally 4 of us versus them and we still lost. That matchup's rough. Ash Ketchup says Reslar should tell his parents to stop using the internet. That would fix it. Yeah, tell them they have too many Yahoo browser tabs open, Res.
XD. Dude, my mom is actually, it's hilarious. Her internet, her computer, like, use is funny. She's, like, absolutely terrified of, like, people hacking into her computer and shit. So not only does she have like a piece of tape over the like camera on her laptop, but she also every time she turns off her computer, she like closes everything and puts it in airplane mode. Like disconnects from the Wi-Fi, puts it in airplane mode, and then closes it. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, she Turtle Cook says evasion with AP versus DR and accuracy with May tests. I guess just damage tests with different variations of Meiwa builds.
Well, I can already tell you outright from testing on Global Labs that probably the best build you can do is maintain 305 AP while having Dawn earrings at pen and the new pen belt, accuracy belt. So there you go. That's your build. Have fun.
I don't know why this is making me laugh so much, but WP Grind says, this is to you, Resler. He says, tell Karen we don't care about her pictures. Can we crowdfund a tinfoil hat for Rez's mom? Dude, wait, real quick aside. Do you remember that movie, Not Another Teen Movie? Old ass parody movie, dude. That movie is so fucking funny. I was watching it the other day, and the guy was like the jock. He got broken up with. His girlfriend broke up with him. She's like a cheerleader, and he's all down. His dad comes in. He's like, "I'm sorry about what's going on. I feel so bad for you, and I wanted to cheer you up." And he's like, "You know what? Don't feel bad. I actually got the perfect girl for you." And he's like, the kid's like, "Really?" He's like, "I got the perfect rebound girl for you." He's like, "Really?" He's like, hold on one second. He leaves the room and he comes back and just brings the mom. He's like, Dad, that's Mom. And he's like, you two be good. And he leaves. It's just so fucking random. Oh my god. Yumeni says, talk about how you started the podcast. There's not really much of a story there.
Yeah, how did that start actually?
Story.
Let's hear it.
I'm dead.
Oh, that sounds about right. Yeah, that's probably how it started.
Rezlar disconnected.
Oh, there we go. Number 42, death number 17. Let's go. I've told this story on the stream before, but I don't know if I've said it on the podcast. Basically, here's how the podcast started. I joined Discord one day. Frosty's in Discord with like 2 other people. I joined Discord. I'm like, yo, Frosty. He's like, yeah, what's up? I'm like, would you be interested in starting like a BDO podcast where and he goes, yeah, I'm down. I was like, okay, yeah, that sounds good. And that's pretty much how it started. I couldn't even finish what I was saying. And he was like, yeah, absolutely. Let's do it.
I had a,
What was such the strong resolve, Frosty, for wanting to do that?
I was trying to get Rezlar to stop talking. I was in the middle of a story.
Yeah, I kind of figured you were going to say something like that. You're like, yeah, whatever it is, shut the fuck up.
Yes, Rezlar. Okay, god damn it. Whatever you say, man. No, at the time,
like a nagging wife, you're just like, you know, all right, whatever you want. Jesus.
Rezlar and I argued a lot, so I thought it would actually be kind of entertaining for us to debate shit. But then Rezlar hasn't played BDO for like 2 years since we started the podcast, so it makes it tough.
I think it's more. I think we kind of chilled out when we went separate guilds. I think we chilled out a lot.
Yeah. So
I think
when you're like, hey, is Galaxy still decent? I'm like, Sinfui seems fine though, doesn't it? Yeah, we're like a family. If we're around each other too much, we both just get mad. How did we meet and become friends? So Rezlar and I met because Rezlar's guild at the time and my guild at the time merged.
Oh, well.
I was friends with his friend Mina at the time, and we got to talking, and then we were like allies on nodes on like was it T1s at the time or T2s already? I can't remember.
I think it was T1s, but it may have been T2s.
It was like T1s before T1s had caps. But we were like allies on these caps, and then they were having a hard time bringing people, and them merging into us just made sense. So we merged, and it was like one of the few mergers where like,
oh no, Dude, that fucking here's how the merger went. We have a meeting in Discord, right? This is all old Blood Oath people. We basically were trying to remake the Blood Oath with like all the old crew. People stopped doing guild quests. This is a brand new guild. We didn't have a shell guild. Brand new guild. People stopped doing guild quests. We don't have all the guild skills yet. We don't even have the passives yet. So we have a guild meeting. I'm like, listen, guys, you guys can't stop doing guild quests. It's not just going to be fucking me and Mina getting all of the guild points so everybody can have these goddamn passives. Like, we're not going to do it. Yeah, dude, Rezlar, we're going to do guild missions. Okay, because if we don't, then we're going to merge. So should we just merge now? Like, we can merge into Hex. Like, we could probably do that. They'd probably be okay with it. We're really good friends with them, and we ally a bunch anyway. No, we're not going to merge, dude. Fuck merging. No, we're going to do guild quests, and we're going to do our own guild thing. Like, a week later, I don't think, like, anybody did a single guild quest besides me and Mina.
They love
and so
that.
we literally had another guild meeting, like, a week later, and I was like, all right, we're merging. And they're like, what? We voted not to merge. I'm like, yeah, and you didn't do a single guild quest, so fuck you kids. We're merging.
Well, that was the thing that was funny too, is like when you guys first told us, like, hey, we decided we are gonna merge, and we're probably gonna bring between 15 and 20 people, and then like all 35 decided they wanted to come, even though they said they didn't want to merge.
Yeah, because like a lot of people were vehemently against it, like merging initially. And then basically, like, Amina talked to some people, I talked to some people. We just kind of, like, you know, just talking and, like, being like, dude, like, we know you don't like it, but it's what has to happen. There's no way we can do this on our own. Merging just makes sense, yada, yada, yada. And then we ended up just bringing so many more people. There were a couple people even who left, joined a different guild for, like, a week or two, and then contacted us after a week or two and were like, hey, can I join Hex? So yeah, man, go on.
And then Nayashe, I mean, I feel like open world, I knew Nayashe just here and there, just running into him and PvPing like on Arsha and stuff, keeping him in my Mystics vacuum.
Yeah.
To hold real tight.
Yeah.
And then we had him on the podcast, and after the podcast, Rezlar fell madly in love with him and stayed in touch, and then wanted to bring him back on for more stuff. So.
Well, no, he was like.
And here I thought I was just whining about Mewa shit the whole time.
No, that I was like blown away on that podcast because you weren't whining about Maywell. You were like the opposite of, like, you've changed since then, but at the time you were like,
you've changed.
I reverted back to my old ways.
Yeah, you were like the one Maywell that didn't whine, and I was like, dude, I respect this guy.
Yeah, so Nayashe commented on like an early episode, like fucking episode like 5, maybe even earlier than that. He left a comment, and so we read it because, you know, we've been reading comments since the fucking beginning. And Frosty goes, wait, Nayashe? I'm like, yeah, Nayashe. He goes, I know Nayashe. He's like one of the best Maywas on the server. Like, he's insanely good Maywa. I fight him all the time on like Arsha and stuff. I was like, oh, dope. And so later on, when we were trying to get like actual guests, not just like our friends, I was like, dude, what about Nayashe? Like, he watches the podcast apparently. He comments like all the time, and you say he's one of the best Maywas on the server. Let's get him on. And so he was like, yeah, let's try to get him on. So we got in contact with Nayashe. He was like, yeah, I'm down. And so he came on the podcast, and then he kind of kept up. He kept commenting on it, and he would, like, you know, talk about it and stuff like that. So it was like, hey, you know, why not try and shake it up a little bit? Because I think at the point whenever I wanted to add him to the podcast, it was because I feel like I think the feeling that I had was that our shit was becoming it was like the same every single episode.
Repetition was just consistently.
Yeah, it was like always the same. And it was starting to kind of grind on me a little bit. Like, I stopped listening to my own podcast, which I had listened to almost all of them previously. And so I was like, dude, we just need to find some way to like mix it up a little bit. And then there was Nayashe, like, he commented on a video or something right when I was sitting there, like, trying to think about it in, like, the same week. And I was like, let me ask Frosty about something. So I asked Frosty, I was like, hey, what would you think if we brought Nayashe onto the podcast as, like, a regular thing? And Frosty was like, well, you know, he seems like a cool guy, but he's a Maywa, so I don't know how, you know, yikes.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I can expect that kind of response.
So we basically had him on a couple episodes as like a reoccurring guest just to see like if people liked it or if people hated it, or maybe if we just didn't seem to get along or something. And those episodes went awesome, and so we were like, all right, fuck it, just make him a member of the fucking team then.
Originally, he was only coming
really
on if we didn't have a guest.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dude, do you remember? We actually used to have. It's so funny. Dude. I'm like looking at the early episodes, and Resler's right. We literally only had actual friends that we know on until Nyashi was the first guest that was like we didn't really know him. But it like
Choice was on before me.
No, it was way after you. Way after. Dude, so you were on episode 11. Up until that point, we only had Mina, Rainer, and our friend Zachary Byron on the podcast. Then just me and Rezlar.
I didn't realize that.
Like, Nyashi actually saved the podcast because episode 11 was scheduled to have either mine or Rezlar's mom on to talk about what it's like to live with someone who does a podcast that no one watches.
Yeah, because like I talked about this on stream the other day, but like episode 1 got a lot of views because it was like something new and people wanted to check it out. But like episode 2 and like episode 3, like those at the time we recorded the following episode, those had like 300 views or some shit. Like it was like nothing compared to episode 1, which had like 2,000 or something.
Yeah, but that's not bad though, considering you guys are brand new.
No, it's not bad at all. But the thing is like whenever your first episode gets like 2,000 views, and then your next one gets like 200, you feel pretty shit about it.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, it was on a downward trajectory like for a good like 10 weeks or something like that. It was like high views, then lower, and then lower, and then lower, and then lower, and then lower.
Well, that was I think that happened later on. That was like in the like teens or the 20s or something that started happening, where all of a sudden I think that's when the repetition hit for me, was when it was like, because I think I started thinking about why we were just slowly losing views, and I think I came to the conclusion that it was just because it was like the same thing every single podcast. And so, yeah, I think that was, I want to say that was like in the late teens, like early to mid 20s, that like that started happening.
Yeah. I mean, that's understandable. I mean, like
episode 17
that can happen
didn't go well. We had, let's see, what did we talk about? Oh, that was the Avengers one. Good thing no one fucking watched that one. It was bad. And 600 views.
Oh yeah, I wanted to clickbait, dude. Everybody was talking about Avengers Endgame. I was like, dude, easy clickbait. Let's go, putting it in the title. All we got to do is mention it, putting it in the title.
Yeah, dude, we've had some crazy ones since then, though. It's pretty cool. Yeah, dude, it's funny. The early ones are bad. We actually used to make, like, whenever we had a guest on, Nash, you'll probably remember this. But in the early days when we had a guest on, they were literally sitting in Discord silent for the first 30 minutes while we read the comments at the front, and then they would come on.
They'd be like, "Oh, wait, there is a guest."
We also had, everyone was recording their own audio, and we were putting it together, which was also another like extra layer of work to try to get people to.
Dude.
Oh, dude, the editing.
That was. I remember that because the first time we did it, you guys had me download Audacity to record my audio.
Yeah, during the Piotr era, where Piotr was editing all of our videos, bless his heart. Because we were basically trying to, like, take me out of the equation for, like, the editing and uploading and stuff, because my internet is so dog. So it was like, how can we make Rezlar not have to upload this shit? And so it basically was like, Piotr will fucking edit it, and then he'll send it on Drive. I'll just quality check it, basically. And then Frosty can upload it. It was like the most scuffed thing you have ever seen in your entire fucking life. Oh my god.
It was rough.
And then like Audacity was doing this weird shit too, where whenever we would render the voices, for some reason it would like shrink or stretch the audio. So that, at first I thought Piotr was crazy when he was telling me what was happening. I was like, dude, there's no way that's happening. He's like, dude, I swear. I thought he was crazy. He wasn't. It actually was doing this. So he would line up the audio perfectly at the start of the video, and then by halfway through the video, it was completely off. For like whatever reason. It was just horribly, horribly off. Even though it's just like two full complete files, just right next to each other. It's somehow misaligned somewhere in like the rendering process of Audacity. It was the weirdest fucking thing.
Yeah. It was so fucking tedious. It was really, really tedious. I don't know.
Yeah, that's why, like, we definitely took a hit in quality when we stopped using Audacity, but oh my god, people do not understand how much, like, just the shit we had to deal with when we did it that way, dude.
Well, the quality's, like, the consistency is better. That almost, I feel like on average, the quality is still as good or better. Because remember, there would be some where, like, their ears are getting blown out or someone's too quiet and it's, like, super hard to adjust it after. I don't know. It's just been way more consistent. Someone asked, does anyone still play Awakening Ninja anymore? Yes. Jason Sue plays Awakening Ninja most of the time. That's I can do this all day. Sammy still does. Seven Arts still does. There's a lot of Awaken Ninjas still. Awaken Ninjas, Danum still does, I believe, if he still plays. I don't know if he's playing again. Awaken Ninja for the win, dude. Yeah, so this shit was, you know, we had some crazy episodes and some sad ones.
It's been a long journey. We've been doing this for coming up on 2 years now. We're at a year and a half right now, I think.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy to think about.
Chunk Panda says, what made you guys start streaming? Coronavirus? Just had more time.
I have always wanted to stream, but I've just never had the internet for it. So now that, like, we have people who enjoy, like, us, right? It's kind of like pushed me to try and solve this internet issue more, because it's like, now instead of streaming for, 0 people for countless hours, I can stream for 3 people for countless hours. And that sounds a lot better to me. So I'm trying to, like, get it fixed now, basically.
Yeah, I always said, I want to say somewhere around episode 9, I started saying I was going to stream, and it took about a year and 2 months for that to actually happen. Yeah. Anyway.
But I actually did stream before. I did stream before the podcast, before I even met Frosty, even. I'd streamed, but again, like, I was just another dude grinding. Like, who wants to watch just another guy grinding, right? You don't know this person, you have no connection to them whatsoever, and, they're a stranger as far as you're concerned, so it's kind of like, who cares?
Dude, you know what's fucking hilarious? Is, like, someone came into my chat the other day that was like Frosty? Like, from StarCraft? And I was like, who's this? And he was like, do you remember, like, Jordan and Andrew? We all went to, like, the tournaments together. I was like, holy shit. I was like, how did you find me? He's like, I don't know. I had your stream followed from, like, 10 years ago.
What the fuck, dude?
Yeah, it was like this dude that I was in a guild with, like, in 2010 in fucking StarCraft 2. Shit is hilarious. I think I streamed one time on Twitch, because back then we still were using, like, Ustream and, like, weird platforms to stream on. So Twitch wasn't really, like, what everyone used yet. Like, it was, like, slowly getting there, but Justin.tv, remember?
Yeah. Dude, also, like, it's funny because we did this the other day, but whenever I streamed back then, I was so, like, lazy and, like, didn't really care that I would watch anime, like, on stream. Like, I would actually put the show on the screen in, like, the corner, basically, and then just watch anime on stream. And I was talking about this with the people who were in stream a couple of days ago. And then I was like, you know what? Why don't we just do that again? And so we put on this show called Ghost Stories, which is one of the most, like, horribly dubbed shows ever. It's one of those, like, it's so bad it's good kind of things. And yeah, we just watched episode 1 of Ghost Stories on stream while we were autopathing from fucking Valencia to Kepler for the goddamn Kuno Awakening quest. I don't know why. All the way to Kepler, so annoying.
Yeah. Kagri says, no, actually, this one's for you. He says, I want to go back to playing Awakening Meiwa, but my god, she's trash at large scale. I'm currently playing Archer, and Suck Meiwa doesn't interest me. Can a good Awakened Meiwa do good at wars?
Yes. I mean, you can do good, but you have to play a way that you're probably not gonna like. Basically, like play
You could pop traps for your guild.
like a giant pussy. Basically, you're gonna be going for picks, and you're not gonna really want to engage in any sort of real combat for the most part.
StarCraft Frosty versus Mamo win. Dude, I will.
Wait, does Mamo play StarCraft?
He hasn't. He said he hasn't played in a while, but yeah, he's a big. I always talk to him about StarCraft and GSL, but yeah, he played StarCraft too. I'll fucking destroy you, Mamo. You fucking better back the fuck off.
Also, Ash said, "Would you invite controversial guests to the podcast like Shaky Bay?" We had Shaky Bay on. What?
Yeah, we've had Shaky Bay on.
We've had Tim Allen on twice.
We've had Nyashi on, or A Maywa. That was controversial at the time.
we invited Joe Never Fails, but he never got back to us because I think something about people who run podcasts are just leeches that try to profit off of other people's popularity or something. I don't know.
Oh, we had Jeffy the Wise on. He's controversial now. He wasn't at the time.
He wasn't at the time, yeah. Dude, I remember he was mad because remember whenever you messaged him, one of the things you said was, "Oh yeah, we'll put like a random stream of yours in the background so that people can like see like whatever you do or whatever." And he was like, "Yeah, sure." And then whenever it came time to make the actual video to put the actual podcast together, it was like I don't remember exactly what happened, but I think I had like a corrupted file or something. I don't remember exactly how it happened, but we couldn't put his footage in the podcast. And so we just uploaded it, and then he messages you or whatever, and he's like super pissed because he's like, part of the reason I accepted is because I thought that my stream would be on during the podcast. And it was like,
yeah,
it was like really weird because it was like, dude, we mentioned your stream multiple times, like you were there for the whole episode, like giving your thoughts and opinions on things. Like it's not like they're not gonna know who you are or that you stream because there wasn't footage from your stream in the background. It was really weird.
We've actually had some crazy guys. We had the Jules on. We had Fake Uniform. We've had
Dude,
Choice.
That's still one of my favorite episodes, the Fake Uniform one, because it basically was just him shitting on Joe for like an hour, and it was hilarious.
We also had Etsu on before he betrayed the Dark Knight community and rolled to Sork. Dude, we had Dr. Positive on twice because we had him on once just to talk about shit, and then we had him back on to talk about him quitting doing BSL. That was it. He's the only other guest I think we've had on twice, besides, well, Nyashi now is permanent, and Tim. Yeah, we had Shaky Bay on. We had Sphero. That's kind of controversial, right?
Sphero's controversial?
Yeah, we had Sphero on.
Since when, dude? This is news to me.
Because in the Warrior community, if you put out a PvP highlight video, like you're asking for hatred because it's like you're not as good as McHands. Like it's that. Kind of got this like,
oh,
you know what I mean?
They're not that bad.
I know Sphero, his opinion on how bad it is.
I think generally speaking, people like Sphero's videos though. He does a pretty good job with them too.
Yeah, his videos are dope. Dude, it's funny, Rez, because you have like you and Nyashi playing Shadow Arena, right? You have this video of you and Nyashi playing Shadow Arena, but 2 years ago you have a video of you playing Shadow Arena on Global Labs before it came to NA.
Yeah,
which
is
crazy.
I think still my most viewed video is the Lakari video, isn't it?
No, it's not even close compared to the tier list.
Oh, the tier list passed it up, really?
Both of them have 2.5 times what the Lakari one has. Lakari's at 10K.
Oh, wow.
First tier list 25, second tier list 26.
What's the Succession tier list at now, by the way?
6.5.
Okay, that's not bad.
It's not too shabby. Actually, you know which other one's coming up close is the Frosty vs. Choice synchronized stream fights at almost 9K.
People really
that was
like
actually
that
pretty
video.
good how you set that up.
Yeah, people really like that video. I'm glad I ended up doing it the way that I did, because I thought about doing it split screen. I'm glad I ended up doing it the other way, though. What episode is with Fake Uni shitting on Mapper Joe? Whatever episode we had him as a guest on. Just search
I'll
just
find
search
it. I was
Value
just
Pack
looking at
Fake
it.
Uniform, honestly.
It's episode, is it this one?
It was when all the drama between them came out
Episode
and
31.
Fake Uniform made a song. Remember he made that song? I think it's called Clapped. It's actually not a bad song, too.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
Yeah, that was episode 31.
Because the reason why I invited Joe at the same time because my thought process was, okay, so we'll invite Fake Uniform, but then to show that we're not partial or biased or anything, we'll invite Joe on too, and that way we can have one on 1 week and one on the next week, and they can both have their side of the story, without being from people who don't really have an interest in the drama that was occurring between them was the thought. But then Joe never replied, so I was like, okay, I guess we're just having Fake's version of the story then.
Yeah, we had Jackie Felix on. We had Heedon on, and that one is it's actually one of my least favorite episodes because the episode itself was so good, but our audio was so fucked in that one.
Really? Was it?
The Heedon one sounds so bad, dude.
Heedon would be a good guest to bring back on because he was pretty early, wasn't he?
He was early.
He was in the 20s.
He was episode. I was just looking at it.
I think that's in the 20s.
Yeah, 2023. He would be good to have on. That was one of the ones where one, if any of us get loud, it blows out. 2, our volume's not really even, and 3, so many times the noise gate's cutting us off. That audio was fucked royally, dude.
Yeah.
Oh god. Yeah.
Yeah, we should see if Heedon wants to come back on. I think he's still in the Discord. I'm pretty sure.
I tried to ask him. Oh wait, was it Heedon? I can't remember. No, maybe it wasn't.
We had a Shade on. Remember, apparently he's quitting BDO. He said he's quitting on the 31st. I don't know if that's actually true or not, or the 30th, the end of July. He's on his stream. It says last time playing BDO on this date or something like that.
Oh really?
I wonder what the deal is with that. Wonder if he's actually going to Shadow Arena full time.
Shadow
Arena full time.
We'll have to find another. Tamer to be the Tamer representative from the podcast.
Yeah, dude, Mamo.
Remember Mamo. Part of the reason we had Shade on was because Mamo was like, no. And he was like, I know somebody who would be way better to have on a podcast, and he recommended Shade.
Yeah. Anyway,
maybe we can have Kendrick Tamar on.
We had CP on twice, but one of the episodes didn't get aired because we fucked it up.
Poor CP.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know about drama between Heedon and Jackie. Is that a thing? I've never heard of it.
Yeah, I've never heard of that either. I still think one of my favorite episodes has to be the Sasha one, just because we got his first reaction to the Papu versus Otter thing.
Yeah, I like listening to that episode.
Oh my god, that was so funny. Holy shit, dude, that was so fucking funny.
Yeah, that one was fucking good.
His reaction to that was so amazing.
The Sasha one is episode 47. That one was... Oh, yeah, Norelio would be awesome. I don't know if he'd be down.
I hate to break it to you. I've already PM'd Norelio, and he hasn't gotten back to me since then, so...
Dude, I'm gonna contact him, dude. I know him a little tiny bit. I want Norelio on, dude. It's fucking settled. My heart is set. Dude, he's got all the inside drama. We gotta pick his brain, dude. He would be so good.
That's why I wanted to have him on. I was like, dude, Norelio would be he'd be a little monka-s because we'll probably get copy strike because he'd probably say some fuck shit. But, it'd be worth it because it'd be entertaining.
Copy strike. Dude, I'm trying to think who else that we haven't had on that I would love to have on. Basically anyone who will come.
We still, you know who we need to have on, actually? That would be interesting. I don't know if he would be down. I bet you he would be, but I don't know. B-Kill. I'd like to have B-Kill on.
B-Kill would be a good one.
B-Kill would be... I'd really love to just sit down and talk with B-Kill about just BDO, Snake, Siege. Just kind of, like, get his thoughts on things, you know?
Yeah, Yumi says...
Because he's such a fucking mystery.
Yumi says you can upload the bad version of CPCP only to the patrons. You don't understand.
No.
It's literally me interviewing CPCP for like an hour and a half, but my audio is muted the entire time.
Yeah, so it's just like a solid like 2 minutes of silence, and then CP laughing, and then like giving an answer to a question that never existed.
The cause is so basic, bitch, too. It really is. It's literally because OBS had an update that morning before we started recording. So when I opened it, it didn't run as administrator, so it wasn't picking up my mic through BDO with BDO open. That was literally it.
Yep. And so we got together, like, what was it, like the next day, or was it the next week? I don't remember. We got together.
It was a couple weeks later. We had him back on. We lost.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a couple weeks later, and we basically like redid the podcast, but we were like, we have to try not to just like ask the same questions and shit, because it's gonna like be so fake if we just try to like repeat what happened originally.
Dude, you know, just off the top of your head, Rezler, if you had to guess which episode, like which actual Value Pack episode has the most views, what do you think it would be?
Which Value Pack episode has the most views?
Yeah, just off the top of your head. Don't actually look. I want to see if you're surprised. Nayashi, you too. Take a guess.
So it's something I would be surprised about. Okay.
You actually like Mewa?
Let me think.
No, which one has the most views, Nayashi, in your opinion? And yours, Rezler. What were you going to say?
Out of who?
No, which Value Pack episode has the most views? If you had to guess. Like which episode? Like
I'm assuming it's one with a
It's
guest.
one with a guest. Yeah. Spoiler alert,
okay,
it's one with a guest. So which episode do you think would have the most views?
Probably.
I'm gonna. Fuck.
The choice one.
I'm gonna go with Jules.
No. Jules is actually not even like, I don't even think Jules is top 5. It might be actually. It's
really?
Jules is 5.2k views. So I thought
Tim Allen?
Before looking around, I thought it was the episode with Yellow, because the episode with Yellow has 6.5k views, which is a lot. That's 1,500
yeah,
more.
that is a lot.
But the one that has the most views is our Ranger episode with Rylock, has 6.9k.
Really? That's interesting.
Really?
I thought maybe Tim Allen, because all the drama that was discussed during that time, it was pretty hot topic, you know?
What else did we
so that was
episode?
Ranger discussion, Armor of the Dead God, and Seasons.
The armor.
Okay. So that like a
Rezlar's so shocked he's lagging out.
Yeah. Episode 51. Oh, wait. Oh, he's right. Episode 51 also has 6.9k. Wait. I missed this one. That's with Nayashi. We didn't even have a guess that one. We were talking about Odalita and the accuracy changes.
Yeah.
Lawn and Witcher. Lawn, Witch, and Wizard Suck also were announced. So it was kind of like a lot of big announcements at the same time.
Yeah. That makes sense, that it's ones where it's like big changes or whatever.
Now to see precisely which one has more. Okay, Rylock.
Wait, how many did you say the one with me was?
With you, it's the one. I mean, we just had. He still added your name to it before. I mean, you were kind of already officially just on every episode.
Oh, okay.
It was episode.
Oh,
51.
I thought you were talking about the original one.
Yeah, the original one with you is it's so low. All the ones back then were really low.
Yeah. That's understandable.
So that one was 6.98, and then this one is 6.97. Oh, the Rylock one does still have more by like 6 views. That's kind of funny.
Damn.
I'm pretty sure that's all. Now I'm doubting. Yeah, I think that's all the highest ones.
Why don't you just search by most viewed?
Nah, that'd be cheating, dude.
I feel like you're making this so complicated. Videos, sort by, most popular.
Oh, making it, it's sorted by most fun.
So yeah, it's the Rylock episode.
We gotta argue about balance again soon. Those are always fun. Anyway.
So the top 5 videos on this YouTube channel are tier list, older tier list, Lakari video, Frosty versus Choice synchronized stream fights, and then Value Pack episode 53, Armored Dead God Seasons Ranger with Rylock.
Rylock was a really good guest.
He was super chill. He's definitely one of the better guests.
My favorite episode though is Kyrene. I don't know. I just feel like Kyrene is such a smart dude, and I dueled him after. Like I spent like 30 minutes dueling him, and he's also just like the coolest. Like it's like the least stressful duels of all time of anyone, because everyone like takes duels and makes it a thing. It was like dueling him was like literally just for fun, or like what was that? What caught me? What caught you? Kind of thing. I don't know.
Yeah,
he's a cool.
Dude. I think my favorite episode is probably fuck. I don't know. It's probably either fake uniforms, Sasha's, or Nyashi's. Probably one of those 3.
Fakes was pretty good.
I loved having Fake on as a guest. I'd love to have Fake on again, honestly, to talk about Striker Succession. Apparently, he's playing that now.
Yeah,
he's
been loving it.
Yeah, I'd love to have him on and talk to him about Striker Succession, since I think most people are still kind of in the camp that it's really not that good, and kind of see what he thinks about that.
All right. Kagri says, pick one, guys. Awaken Mewa, Suck Lawn, or Archer. I can't decide myself. Pick one. I will roll to it right now. I like PvP. Go ahead.
Do you like large scale, 1v1, small scale? What do you want out of this? Because like if you want large scale, then only like one of those is really good.
Get some girls on the podcast. We'll get you more views. Dude, we got to bring on Miss Frosty, dude. Interview what it's like to have to sit there and watch someone throw their life away.
Who are some influential girls?
We could bring on Ari Love.
No, absolutely not.
Why?
No.
I didn't say Ari Love would be my first vote. We could have Ari Love on, or we could have Ari Love.
What about what's her name? Ellie?
We could have Ellie on. Ellie would be a cool guy.
But it's Ellie. It's if you get Ellie, it's VCD too. It's a duo.
Ellie would be after Ari Love's episode, though, for sure.
Dude, I'm not having Ari Love on this fucking podcast.
Why?
Fuck you.
That doesn't make any sense. You had Shaky and Tim on, dude. Same thing. I'm trying to think who else. Dude, I actually would love to have like a legit like Korean player that plays on the Korean server on the podcast. If I could find one that like is just decent English speaking, like so the communication's not super hard, I think would be really fun.
Dude, imagine having a Bong on the podcast.
Dude, I was thinking like if we could have someone like Kimo on. I don't think he speaks English though.
Nah, probably not.
Yeah, we had Blue on, Frosty. The fuck?
Yeah, no,
racist?
But Blue
because he's not Korean. It's not real.
He's NA.
Wow.
Dude. He's NA, honestly, dude. No, I think having a, I don't know. It would be kind of cool to have a different perspective. Also, someone from SA, South American server, would be kind of cool. Like having Vash on. I don't know if Vash speaks English, but Vash makes a lot of videos on South American server.
You know what we need to do? We need to see about maybe getting some more like YouTube focused people instead of like streamers, you know? Because I feel like our go-to thing when we want to get like people who play the game for a long time that a lot of people will like recognize is streamers. But there's some like YouTube creators out there that we could ask as well.
The person asking about their class says most of the time 1v1 in Node Wars, but not huge on sieges for the Archer, Lon, or Maywa question.
So, okay. So, for the Lon and Maywa, you're going to be relegated to flex type things. With Archer, you got a ball. Here, let's each try to pitch our classes to him, because Frosty has played Lon. Nyashi is a Maywa, though he wants to do Awakening Maywa and not suck, but still, just pitch it to him. And then I'm an Archer right now. So Frosty, you go first. Pitch Lon to him. Why should he play Lon?
You can fly, and there's no cooldown on it.
All right. Now pitch Maywa. Awakening Maywa.
Well, there's. Eesh.
I got you, Nyashi. You can chase, and there's no cooldown on it.
Well, I mean, Awaken Maywa, you got the cool ice animations, so aesthetically it's really pleasing, and on top of that, she is pretty good. Her combo damage is really solid. She's just not super amazing when it comes to chip damage, so that's where she kind of falls off in large scale. But you can 1v1 anyone with her, basically. You might struggle versus Guardians, but everyone else you can basically 1v1.
Cindy says option 4, the Sand Mage.
Sand Mage. Archer is busted at basically everything. Slightly weaker in 1v1s, but can still hold their ground against basically everything. Between those three classes, I definitely think Archer is the strongest, but I don't know if you care about strength. If you don't like ranged classes, then you're probably not going to like it, because it's literally all ranged except for Full Bloom.
Yeah. Yeah, Billy. We had Blue on the podcast once. That was a fun episode too.
Yeah. That was when the data mining stuff came out, right?
Well, no, it was way after, but we talked about the data mining stuff. The data mining stuff had happened like a year and a half before.
No, like the recent data mining stuff.
Oh,
not
like the more minor one. Yeah. With the horse percent chance and all that. Yeah.
Not the one that he got banned for. He was already banned.
Yeah, there are two different blues. I don't think BDO Blue. Oh, is that who you were talking about? BDO Blue? I don't think he speaks English, does he? I would love to have him on. That dude is a character. His YouTube videos are fucking funny. They're so funny, dude. He was like enhancing Rez. He had this one stream. He has like a stuffed Black Spirit doll, and he was enhancing, and like he would like click it and then get down on his knees on the ground and like pray to the Black Spirit doll. It's so fucking funny. He's like just such a character, dude. He's crazy. Anyway,
I think we've been bullshitting around long enough.
Yeah. We gonna call it, dude. We gonna call it. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Everyone that hung out in the stream, if you guys want to catch the podcast live every single week, generally at about 10 a.m., 10:30, around there, every single week, PST, we'll be on. Please leave comments in the YouTube video. We always read those live on the air, so if you have a question or a concern or disagree with something that we said, feel free to do that. Make sure you check out everybody's individual streams. Nyashi is twitch.tv/Nyashi_NA, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Reslar is twitch.tv/NotReslar, and I am twitch.tv/SoFrosty. And make sure you, if you're into supporting us, we got our Patreon that Reslar can tell you about. Make sure you go to the Discord too, Value Pack Discord. If you want to ask us questions, me and Reslar and lurk in there pretty often. If you ping us, we'll check it out. Don't ping us too much, though, please. Same with Nyashi. Nyashi's generally in there sometimes. If you ping him, he'll answer some shit. And no, he didn't forget the patrons at the beginning. He remembered.
I did not, Yume. I did not. I remembered.
So you want to talk about the patron stuff? Patreon stuff? I'm going to use the restroom.
sure, I guess. Just really quickly, basically, we got a Patreon. Tiers going from $1 to $20. You can get like Discord roles that make your name colorful in the Discord. You can get extra content. We have the After Hours show, which we film after the podcast is over. We've recently started diving into some more experimental things with the After Hours show, aka not BDO things. People haven't seem to really like mind one way or the other, so we might try and do more of that stuff because there's only so much BDO stuff you can do for like a quick 20-minute segment. And also we're really uncreative, so if you want to just see more of us just having fun, like fucking off doing whatever, you can check that out. And yeah, that's basically that. Make sure you join the Discord. Discord is the number one important thing that you should be doing. We do all of our updates about all of the shit we do in there. We announce our streams, we announce videos. We have community nights in there, like the clip that we showed at the beginning where we had a bunch of people in Discord. So make sure that you join the Discord. There is a link in the description, as with all of our individual streams and the link to the Patreon. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you leave a comment letting us know what you think. Sorry, I got a little bit off track. We wanted to fill a little bit of extra time for you guys since this was such a short episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed a little bit of a trip down memory lane, so to speak. And yeah, we'll catch you guys later.